I think we're live. Yes, we are live. Yo, what is good, everyone? OJ here. Welcome back to the second half of the PE live experience. Today, we are going over everything that happened at the Pokemon Presents. In addition to the Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition trailer that dropped yesterday, the overview trailer. We're going to check out that. And we're going to talk about anything else in gaming that you guys want to talk about. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So welcome, everyone. Hope all of you guys are doing good. Let's go ahead and first get into the shoutouts, and then we'll get into everything else overall. So let's start off here. Big love to everybody here. Thank you for coming out to the stream today. Today's earlier stream was fun. I'm actually tired. I was able to take a little nap, but I'm a little tired. I'll be honest, a little tired tonight, but I said I would go through with the bonus if we got there, and I'm a man of my word. I try to keep my word. So, trying to hydrate, trying to stay focused, trying to stay locked in, so we can get this done. All right, so let's start off here with my man Dior is here. What's up, Dior? Welcome. Shout outs, Dior. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing today. It says RGT. Hello and RGT. So we got RGT out of the way. Shout outs to Partyman Cart. Says, hey, yo, what happened to the February Direct? I thought Samus Hunter said it was coming before the Pokemon Presents. I already told you about Samus Hunter, guys. I already told you about Samus Hunter. I think she was just sniping off of PH Brazil. And then if they were right, they'd be like, look, I'm right. I'm an insider. I already told you guys about that person. Jacob Jessback says, howdy, howdy, howdy. What's up, Jacob? The Great Watt is here. Jacob also says, fix the L and R buttons on the DS Lite. I'm on Cloud 9 right now. Hey, there you go. Who else is here? Daniel Charney's here. J2 Chronicles. Cuts Lenova. 777 OG, Double OG. Rukia X-Play. Boomers. Love seeing the Spawncast. Yes, I am back. I think they're going to do the Spawncast tomorrow night, too. So, I should be on the Spawncast tomorrow night. Yeah. Hopefully, my appointment went okay. I got to go back and do some other stuff. But for the most part, I mean, it was kind of a waste of time. A little bit of a waste of time today. But that's okay. It's no big deal. Minato Mario. Let's see here. What the dollar says, yes, I will mention RGT. RGT's video about Pokemon Presents is predictable as reading a book. Only way RGT will be happy if Pokemon collab with WWE or something. Yeah, it was pretty predictable. That I mean, like I said, he's not really a Pokemon fan. He's just looking for the game to look good, to have like better graphics. But I don't really think I don't think he's a Pokemon fan at all. Well, I don't think he likes Pokemon the video games, but it's just something to talk about. So yeah. So I think that's just my own personal opinion. It's just something to talk about for him, but I don't think he cares or likes Pokemon, clearly. Even if the graphics were better, because like I said, the whole Power World thing, when I asked him, yo man, why don't you play Power World, he's like, yeah, I don't like it. And it does everything that he's asking Pokemon to do. So I'm like, yeah, I don't think he likes Monster Battler games at all. He doesn't play any of the other ones either. So yeah, and that's fine. Everyone's allowed to have their opinion on Pokemon, or if they like it or dislike it or whatever. I just don't think he likes Monster Battler games at the end of the day. But yeah, predictable, of course. And yes, you got to bring up RG. You got to bring him up. You have to. Thank you for the $1 don't know though. I appreciate it. You are now the Hokage and Stream Ninja. And I think that's probably the biggest thing that I think maybe some people, they've played Pokemon games in the past a little bit. And I think they're struggling with just realizing that they don't like the Pokemon formula, or they don't like Pokemon. I don't really think it has anything to do with graphics for a lot of people. More like creators. I don't think it really has anything. I think a lot of them just, not all of them. Like I think guys like Switch Up, for example. I watched his video doing like an analysis on like the graphics and stuff, and he's actually a fan. Like he plays and beats the games and stuff like that, but is upset with the graphics and things like that. So that's very different from someone who never really played and never really likes the games or beat the games, but is now upset about the games, you know. So I think those are two different things, in my opinion, at least in my opinion. Arkham's Grim with the $1.99 as well. Thank you so much, Arkham's Grim. Appreciate that. Thank you for the $1.99. Shout outs. And you are now the Hokage, Big Naminato Mario. Thank you so much, man. I'll get your name up in just a bit. Let me go through some more of these shout outs. Thank you for the $1.99, Arkham's Grim. And thank you for the you did a membership the other day, right? Thank you for the membership too. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, man. Anybody does more than a $1.99, you've been on Arkham's Grim on the board. The new battle system in ZA looks much more closer to the anime battles, which is dope. Yes, the battles look really cool. The battles look really cool, and I'm looking forward to playing. I think that's probably like my most anticipated thing, is just seeing that battle system in motion. There's a lot of cool things that they can do with it, but of course we have to like wait and see. Now the game doesn't come out till late 2025, so we're probably looking at like a October-November type of release. The Japanese Pokemon Presents said fall, so we're probably looking October-November for the game. So yeah, that would be good. Gives them more time to polish the game from what we first saw too. So that's a good thing as well. I'm still blown away by the new Xenoblade X trailer. Can't really focus on other things in gaming besides Switch 2. Yeah, Xenoblade X trailer looks really good. So ZA battle system akin to Xenoblade. There's some aspects, but I mean, I think that once you peel back all the mechanics, it's going to be a very different game than Xenoblade. Xenoblade has it's kind of like, it doesn't have like actual dodging. Like where if you move out of the way, your character won't get hit. Xenoblade doesn't have that. It has that based off of like accuracy and like evasion. So you can move out of the way. It doesn't matter. An enemy can still hit you, no matter like where you move, for the most part. But this game actually has like legitimate like dodging, where you have to move your Pokemon out of the way or you move out of the way, right? So it's very different in that sense. And of course, the mechanics, the chain attacks, all that stuff's not going to be there. There's some surface level stuff. Okay, mapping for 4 moves on the face buttons, cooldowns. Yeah, there's some surface level things from a UI perspective and from just a basic general gameplay perspective. But I don't think it's going to play much like Xenoblade at all. Xenoblade 2 or Xenoblade 3. Not really. What's up, the cool guy? Welcome. And what's up, Brandon F? Thank you for the 17 months. As someone who loved Arceus, I'm very disappointed how ZA looked, particularly in the wild areas. I'm just being within the city. No interesting locations. Yeah, I don't think they showed everything. But yeah, I can understand how somebody, maybe if you liked Arceus and how they had different locations there, I can understand how maybe you're upset with this one. But I think they haven't necessarily showed everything in terms of where you'll be able to go in the game. Hey man, came to see your thoughts on yesterday's Xenoblade X trailer before I go hang out with my friends for my birthday. Hey, happy birthday, Jose. And yeah, I love the Xenoblade Chronicles X trailer. I thought it looked really good. I mean, it's the same game, but I mean, we got a couple updates and all that. So yeah, it's good. I'm looking forward to playing the game. I tried to like Pokemon during the 3DS days, but the games are, I get tired of the secret and popular Pokemon, and trading, so I dropped out after the 3DS. Okay. DeAndre with the $3.46.
I looked at uncompressed screenshots for ZA today. Is it bad that I think the game looks good? Am I a Game Freak apologist that likes slop content like Twitter wants me to believe? Pokemon Arceus trainer battle theme.
If you look at the screenshots uncompressed, it definitely looks better than the footage that they showed. So yeah, the footage that they showed was absolutely compressed. So I posted some screenshots of the combat and it looks noticeably better. But once again, we gotta wait till the game comes out. I don't think that you're a apologist if you think that it looks good. It's subjective. Clearly it's subjective. Now, I think that there's definitely rooms for them to improve or get better for sure, but I don't think if you think that it looks good that it's a problem, that you're like a problem. Juice Man Bomb with the $20 as well.
What it do?
What
Having
up?
fun seeing the annual Pokemon switch up that people like to do lol.
Yes, it's great. Juice JMV, thank you for the big $20. You are now the Hokage and Stream Ninja. I appreciate that. And DeAndre, I'm gonna get you your music in just a bit. Shout outs to JMV. Thank you for the big 20. Appreciate you, man. But yeah, definitely seen the meltdown for Pokemon is always fun. It's pretty much annual. Yeah, it's pretty much annual. Although I don't know if we had one. Did we have one last year? Because there was no games announced last year, so I don't know if we had one last year. But yeah, it was interesting seeing that. The cool guy O2 with the Jonin tier pledge. Welcome back, my man. Thank you so much for the Jonin tier pledge. I appreciate it. Let's go. Shout outs to Juice, man. I appreciate you. Let's get it, man. Let's get it. All right, we got 31 on the board. Oh, we already went through some overclocks. Let's get one overclock going. 30 minutes extended on stream. Let's go.
Overclock Buster!
Let me get this music going as well. Pokemon Arceus trainer battle theme. People complained about Pokemon Legends Arceus graphics and frame rate and stuff at the beginning too. I mean, actually, it was probably even crazier, believe it or not, than it is right now. I don't think it's too crazy right now. It's just the same people who don't like it saying the same thing. Although there are some people that liked Arceus that are saying that they don't like this one, which is also fair as well. You know, that's also fair. So once the game comes out, we can all, you know, judge it and play it based off of that too, or not, or you can not play it. It's up to you. Or you can play Power World. Power World is still there. Let's see here. Not here to complain, but I gotta say the starter list is trash. You don't like Totodile? You don't like Totodile? You don't like Tempig? You don't like Chikorita? Oh man, I like Tempig. Well, actually no, I like Chikorita and I like Totodile. Let's see. It's your boy. What's up? It's your boy Ralphie. It's gonna change the meta of what moves are good or not. Like the whole concept of moves accuracy changes. Yeah, I mean the game is played on a different. It's even separating itself further from the mainline multiplayer Pokemon games. So it's a very different style of game, and it's getting even more different than the mainline Pokemon games, which is good. Or sorry, than the multiplayer mainline Pokemon game. Legends is a mainline game, but it's a sub-series of the mainline. Mainline sub-series. But Pokemon Legends is clearly different, though, because it doesn't do the two versions. It doesn't do the multiplayer. It's not the same. Obviously, the gameplay is completely different and probably not even balanced for multiplayer. But maybe they'll have multiplayer in this one. I don't know. Maybe they'll have multiplayer combat, but I'm not sure. I know Pokemon fans complain about Pokemon isn't trying anything new. They kept some of the old stuff and trying something new. They want to stop being accused of being lazy. Hold up. They kept some of the old stuff and are trying something new. They want to stop being accused of being lazy. Okay, yeah, but I think it's mainly about the graphics. I think that's mainly the reason why they're being accused of being lazy. If this game could be the exact same today, right, but way better graphics, and everyone would have been saying, oh my god, it's the greatest thing ever since sliced bread. It has nothing to do with the gameplay. Let me tell you that right now, when it comes to being lazy and doing, like, it has nothing to do with the gameplay. If the graphics were really good, the people that are complaining about the graphics in the game or complaining about the game probably wouldn't even care. They just leave it alone. It'd be like I said, a Power World situation where they just say, oh, okay, the game looks good, and then probably move on. So yeah. No, I guarantee they'll like the upcoming game, and then trash the next Legends game. They'll like this game, so this game, and then trash the next Legends game? What people are you talking about? Felipe is just trying to confuse people. You're like NBA Centel, but freaking for video games. I'm not judging the evolution line. I'm just the first form. What's the point of judging the first form? They evolve. I don't get it. Do you go around holding B whenever your Pokemon tries to evolve? People always judge the starters based off the evolution line, not just the first form. What? With Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition, something tells me it might get 90 plus Metacritic score or bare minimum high 80s. Oh, since the game has so much improvements. I'm gonna refrain from thinking that. I'm gonna say improvement upon Xenoblade Chronicles X 84, but I'm gonna go with like a 86, 87. So I guess you're right? Is that like the high 80s? So yeah, I'm going to go with the 86. That's still kind of mid to highish. I'm going to go with 86 to 87. I'm going to give it about 3 points higher than the original release. I know there's controversy with ZA's graphics, but what about a cross-gen release on Switch 2? The Switch 2 version wouldn't improve the graphics in Pokemon Legends ZA. It would just improve the frame rate and probably the resolution. It just looks sharper. It looks sharper, and maybe it'd run like at 60 frames. But it's not going to improve the base graphics in the game. Think of it as like if you were to play, for example, you play like The Last of Us, right? On the PS4, and then you play The Last of Us, not the remake, but you just play The Last of Us on PS5. Oh yeah, it looks a little bit sharper. It runs better. It runs at 60, but essentially it looks like the same game. Now, you know, when they remade it, obviously the remake looks a lot better because they remade it, but running it on newer hardware isn't going to all of a sudden make the game look way better. It's just going to make the resolution and frame rate look better. So it's going to look a little bit sharper, and it's going to run a little bit better if they did anything. But it's not going to dramatically improve how the game looks on Switch 2. Even if they have Switch 2 support, it's still going to look the same. Or take like Elden Ring. You could play Elden Ring on your PS4 and then play Elden Ring on your PS5. It generally looks the same. PS5 version, you know, looks a bit sharper, but generally the graphics look the same. You know? Unless you're playing like the 4K mode. But even if you're playing the 4K mode, it still looks the same. It still looks like the PS4 version. Metaphor Refantasio, same thing. You can play the PS4 version, play the PS5 version. PS5 version looks a little bit sharper, you know? Nintendo Life dropped their video and presents and said the Champions was useless and they didn't understand it, and asked if it would include megas. Well, Pokemon Champions is like Pokemon Stadium. So if you've ever played Pokemon Stadium, it's essentially a new version of Pokemon Stadium. I mean, they could have called it Pokemon Stadium, but I guess they didn't want to call it Pokemon Stadium. They wanted to call it Pokemon Champions. So I'm guessing you can play through the game. There's like going to be circuits that you can play through single player and multiplayer, like Pokemon Stadium, or to become like the ultimate champion. So, do some people feel that it was needed? I mean, yeah, maybe. I mean, some people like Pokemon Stadium. So essentially, this is legitimately Pokemon Stadium. I think they didn't make the connection between Champions and between Pokemon Stadium. But if this was titled Pokemon Stadium 3, right, then they would have been like, oh, it's a new Pokemon Stadium. But it's just called Pokemon Champions. So yeah. I wonder if the third evolutions will be different. Only the mega evolutions for the starters will be different. Only just the mega evolutions. Yeah, I'm not sure. We'll see. It can improve the base graphics if it has higher target resolution, dynamic res, right? Not saying that's what's happening. Yeah, but from an actual perspective of the geometry and everything like that, unless they go in there and remake the game, it's not going to dramatically improve. Unless they remaster it, it's not going to dramatically improve it. Like I said, take like Xenoblade Chronicles on the Wii and then put Xenoblade Chronicles on an emulator. It'll be like that. That's going to be the difference. It's not going to be a dramatic improvement to textures and models unless they actually do the work for that, which I don't think that they will. I think the game will probably maybe get, like I said, a patch to run better and to higher resolution, but that's about it. How do I know what? Makes sense. Like the optimize the game specifically for Switch 2, those look way better. Shout outs, Lenny. Let's see here. Casual Noob says, long time no see. Didn't I see you the other day? Casual Noob. LJ, no matter what Pokemon company does, or Nintendo, they're still going to be complaining no matter what. No, I think that there's some legitimate complaints, which is fine. Pokemon's it's a big, huge franchise. They make a lot. It's okay to complain. Like I said, the only thing that I kind of scoff at a little bit is people who don't like monster battling games, who don't play Pokemon games, who never really like Pokemon games, but they want to talk about Pokemon, you know? And like I said, Pal World to me was the eye opener for me. Like, okay, I don't really take what a lot of these people saying, because everything that they complained about with Pokemon, Power World did, and they don't like Power World. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and they don't like Power World. So there's a lot of people that are just talking just to talk. And I'm not saying that Pokemon and Power World play the same, although I will say that Pokemon Legends ZA definitely plays a bit more, or more like the concept is a bit more like Power World, or more like an evolution of Legends gameplay, but it is more similar to it. But yeah, that's the reason why I don't take what some people are saying. Now, if you play Pokemon, you like Pokemon, you know, and you're upset, which is fine. I talk with many people that feel that way, you know. But there are people who don't even care about Pokemon, but are talking. And those ones that I just kind of, like I said, I kind of just scoff at. So yeah. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. What do you mean, people? Let's see here. What do you mean, people like Power World? What do you mean, Afro? What are you talking about? Nah, people definitely like Power World, and it's nothing like Pokemon. Power World definitely is like Pokemon in terms of the concept. The concept is like Pokemon. There are things that are similar across before they started making some vast changes. Gameplay-wise, the combat is very different than the mainline normal multiplayer Pokemon games. However, with Pokemon Legends ZA, clearly dodging and positioning is more prevalent, so it makes it a bit more like what you would see in Power World, where you as your human character and your Pokemon can dodge attacks, the precision is there of actually dodging and moving around the battlefield. In terms of the structure, hey, you have 6 pals, 6 Pokemon. You send them out. Obviously, you can ride on top of them. So there are certain elements. Now, the actual game itself, very different in terms of some of the mechanics and how it works. But the concept is a monster battler. Although Power World adds in a defense, like, you know, base sim type of stuff. So there's definitely a lot. But there is crossover enough for if someone likes Pokemon, they might want to check out Power World. So that's the reason why I say the people that were complaining about a lot of things about the Pokemon, they're not changing the gameplay up enough. It's boring. The the graphics aren't good. Blah blah blah. All that. You know, Power World takes the concept and changes it up pretty dramatically, right, from the normal Pokemon games. And so when I saw certain people, so that they don't like Power World, and that's everything they've been crying and complaining that Pokemon should do, that's when I'm like, okay, they probably just don't like monster battlers much, you know? So yeah. So yeah. Power World is what Pokemon could be minus the violence, being a semi-live service. Quality and care is undeniable. Quality? I've played Power World, and I don't know about quality. The game isn't done, but the AI is brain dead. A lot of the AI is bad. Clipping, issues, glitches, bugs. But it's definitely a start. I can say that. I can give it that. But to say that quality as if it's some type of high quality experience, that's probably, I'm not gonna say it's not true because it's your opinion, but there's definitely some quality elements to Power World. I agree there. But to say that the game is like high quality, I would say not from what I've played. There was more glitches, bugs, like I said, terrible AI and issues that I've played. I mean, that game, half the time the pals wouldn't even do what they're supposed to do. They run off and go other places. They run over the fire. Invasions didn't even work half the time. The AI wouldn't even know what to do. If you were on a hill, they would just get stuck and you can just snipe them off. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't think so. But I get it though. I get what you're trying to say. You know, I get what you're trying to say. Let's see here. I'm doing good, Adam. How are you? Let's see here. Pretty much like crazy Steam Deck fans nowadays, purely Power World fans, saying Power World's like Pokemon killer. Most Power World players don't even hate Pokemon. I would say that a lot of Power World players actually play Pokemon or played Pokemon. Most of the people that I know, content creators, that were creating content on Power World create content on Pokemon, or like Pokemon, like Philly Beats You, for example. So, or like myself, you know, I was playing and creating content on Power World too. I made a bunch of content on Power World. I like Pokemon battles, but I play a lot of them. Like I play, like, you know, I've played, you know, the Digimon Cyber Sleuth. You know, I've played various different ones, Monster Rancher. You know, I've played obviously Power World. I play games that are like Monster Battler-ish, or like, not quite the same, but, you know, somewhat, right? Like Atlas like Persona, or Shin Megami Tensei, right? So I like this subgenre or genre of games, you know, so I'll try out the ones that come out, you know? So, what's up, YouTube? I heard OJ was a Temtem tournament champion. I was definitely not a Temtem tournament champion, but I did create some content on Temtem. I did stream it and I played it, and I generally like it. I don't think Temtem is bad. I just never really got too into Temtem, but I did have a big live stream on Temtem, and I tried it out. I actually even backed it. I backed it via Kickstarter. I was actually a backer, so yeah. In all honesty, I'm worried about performance, especially after Scarlet and Violet. I'd never seen so many bugs and glitches in the game. Well, I mean, this is a Legends game. This is not Scarlet and Violet, so I'm kind of thinking more on like how did Legends perform, and then going off of that, not going off of Scarlet and Violet. Scarlet and Violet's a pretty massive open world game. This is not a massive like open world game like Scarlet and Violet. So I'm kind of going off of more like Legends and how that is, to be honest. But you know, you're allowed to be worried too. Everyone got ZA starters wrong. I know everyone did get ZA starters wrong. Everyone did. Well, not everyone. There were some people that got it right, but yeah. I mean, they took one, obviously Chikorita. That's what, Gen 2, and then Tempig. What's Tempig? I forgot where's Tempig? I forgot Tempig. Is that Gen? I forgot Tempig, but I know Feraligatr or Totodile. That's Gen 3, right? Is Tempig Gen 5? Gen 5. There we go. That's Black and White, right? Black and White. There we go. I don't think I ever raised the Tempig. I think that's the reason why I forgot about Tempig. I never raised the Tempig. Or Tepig, more like. I should say Tepig. However they said it on there. But yeah, I never raised one. So that's why I forgot what gen it was in. Okay. Yeah. So they went with Gen 2, Gen 3, and then Gen 5. That's weird. Yeah. I know. I'm sorry, guys. I don't remember raising one. I might have raised one, but I don't think I did raise one. I'd have to go back and look at my Black and White save. I still have my Pokemon Black and White game. Do I? I do. I still have... I've got... No, they're worth quite a bit. I've actually got... I still got both of them. So I'd have to go back and look at my save. Like, I still have it. It's still here. I got to go back and take a look to see if I have it. But I got a ton of Pokemon on here, and I've got a ton of Pokemon on here that I haven't transferred over to home. But these are, like, in mint condition, and I played the crap out of both of these games. So yeah. Yeah, Totodile's Johto. That's Gen 2. So I said Gen 2 for Totodile. Versafy tried everything he could to do a hit piece on Temtem. Really didn't understand the beef he had with it. The fact that you're quoting Versafy in my stream, that right there it already makes me laugh. Nothing that he says is I take seriously. One, because he's crazy. One, because he's crazy. If anything, him doing a hit piece on Temtem means that it probably got them better, like good exposure. So yeah, Gen 3 is Torchic, Mudkip, and Trico. Torchic, yeah, Gen 3 is Torchic. Wait, what did I say for Gen 3? No, I didn't say. I said, yeah, Totodile, Gen 2, right? No, Chikorita. Chikorita's Gen 2. What are you talking? Yeah, Chikorita Gen 2. Yeah, so I got it right. Thoughts on Arceus had a better look to it. Arceus looked like Breath of the Wild, and ZA looks closer to Scarlet. Also, out of proportion Pokemon, off-putting. Yeah, Pokemon Legends Arceus does not look like Breath of the Wild. It does not look like Breath. I guess you can say maybe like because there's like forests. Yeah, so like the setting's different, but graphically definitely does not look like Breath of the Wild. Not really. But yeah, setting wise, sure. Like, okay, you're out in the wilderness. And yeah, ZA is in a city, which is obviously not the same. So yeah, but yeah, the proportion of Pokemon definitely a little bit weird for sure. Like Onyx is huge, and it doesn't look that huge. But I think it's because they're doing a different type of combat system, like where you have to dodge and all that. And if you make Onyx as big as it's supposed to be, it'll be almost unusable because of the hitboxes. So I think that would be the problem, because now you have to actually dodge with your Pokemon and stuff like that. So if Onyx is really big, his hitbox becomes massive, and it becomes a Pokemon that might not be, you want to use because of how big his hitbox is. So you have to balance how big the Pokemon are to actual moves. Otherwise, small Pokemon are going to just be able to, run shop on big Pokemon. Almost think of it as like when you play Super Smash Brothers, big characters are like combo food. So they have to balance big characters and small characters. And it's the same reason why, like, let's say Ridley, for example. Ridley is a massive, huge, almost as big as the screen monster. But when you use Ridley in Smash Brothers, Ridley is 10 times smaller than what Ridley should be, and it looks really weird. But if you want to have a game like where you're actually doing action and there's hitboxes and everything, then like, yeah, you can't make the Pokemon as big. Now, if they made the game static where it's just turn-based, then you can proportion it better, because it doesn't matter how big, because it's not based off of hitboxes and moving in an active battle system. It's just turn-based, and whether you dodge or not is based off of your evasion stat, right? So you can do things a little bit differently, but if you're going to have action combat, yeah, you gotta scale it a little bit, just because, like I said, otherwise big Pokemon just become combo food, Shout outs to Juice, though. Thank you for the 20. Appreciate you guys. Let's see here. Hope we do not get black and white remasters. Give us the black and white remasters. Give us that. But I can understand Clash's role. Like, there are definitely some people who feel that Arceus had like a better look to it, or whatever the case is. So yeah, I feel you on that one, man. I feel you on that one. Shout outs to Maple, says whoever gifted its membership, thank you. Hey, no problem. You did Pokemon Black and White are so expensive. Why? Millions were sold. Yeah, basically after the first print run, I mean, they moved on and they didn't make more. So it's really based off the fact that it's Pokemon, one, and two, it's I don't know, it's just Pokemon. This is people just like, because people still play the old games and like to trade and do stuff. So they just end up becoming super rare. I know like Pokemon Black and White 2 is worth a lot as well. So yeah, I don't think I played Pokemon Black and White 2 as much as I played, the original. But yeah, I gotta look and see what I have on there, to see if I have the Tempig. So yeah. Some people expected Gen 1 through 3 to return. Gen 1 through 3 to return. Tiny Whale Lord. I don't think Whale Lord's going to be in the game. But if Whale Lord's in the game, yeah, it's definitely going to be a Tiny Whale Lord. I think the only reason why they went with Tepig is because Cyndaquil being in Arceus. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Did anyone make a Typhlosion allegations joke yet? Not yet, but if you want to make one, feel free. Nintendo. I'm alright, but new Digimon story game right now. That's fine. You're allowed to be more hyped for whatever you want to be hyped for, Good thing I never gave away my black copy. Yeah, don't ever sell Pokemon games. Let me just tell you that right now. If you buy a Pokemon game, like physical, don't sell it. Just hold on to it, because chances are in the future, it'll just be rare for whatever reason, a cartridge-based Pokemon game at least. Most of them end up just becoming rare for whatever reason, like main Pokemon games. So yeah, don't sell those. If you have any of the games, except some of the 3DS games aren't too rare right now, but I think later the 3DS games will become more and more rare. So yeah. It's weird that when people talk about budgets in regards to Game Freak, when they're debatable, they even get the majority of the revenue from games as Nintendo's a publisher. Yeah, but even still, though, like, they still make a ton of money and they still could do a lot better when it comes down to it. But I think the problem is time. I think they don't get the 5-6 years that's needed to build that. And they also have to build a bunch of, like, Pokemon and them doing things within the world and how that interacts and all of that. So that's the problem when compared to, like, making, like, a single player, like a Pokemon or like a Legend of Zelda or like a Xenoblade. It's very different in terms of the structure and how those games work. But yeah, they definitely could do better, man, for sure. But I don't think Switch 2 is going to dramatically improve that as well. Like, unless, once again, they're given like 5-6 years to create something, which the next gen of Pokemon could be, but we're hearing that that's going to be on Switch 1 as well. So the improvement probably won't be dramatic, you know? So yeah. So do we know if Pokemon Champions is Synapse? It might be. It might be built from the bones of that game, but whatever it was before House Gang, it's not the same right now. Whatever they decided, whatever they had before they got that game was canceled, and maybe they built from the remnants of that. They built Pokemon Champions. So yeah. I feel like they need to give Gen 4 another try one day. Well, I mean, they already did Arceus, right? So I don't know if they're going to redo it again. So yeah. The only thing I hope for Legends is that the zones with the wild Pokemon are decent size. The whole game takes place in the city. The only thing I hope for in Legends is that the zones with the wild Pokemon are decent size since the whole game. Yeah, I mean, they didn't really show a ton of that. Like, you're battling, like, on rooftops and, like, on areas and, like, different stuff like that. So we'll see if there's actually anything more outside of that. But, yeah, like, it's interesting for sure. I hate emulating old Pokemon games. I want the real thing. They don't want to spend thousands. Yeah. Then you just might be out of luck. You might be out of luck on that one, man. I don't know, dude. Unless they release it on Switch, but I don't know if we're ever going to get physical copies of, like, old Pokemon games anymore. Like, in the new age. Like, if they do it, it's going to be, like, where you just download it, right? Or, like, NSO. It's going to be, like, an NSO, or it's going to be, like, a virtual console thing. I don't think it's going to be, like, where they say, all right, here's Pokemon Black and White 2 physical you can play. I mean, if they did, it'd do really well, but yeah, I don't know, man. I don't think so. Yeah, remakes. Yeah, remakes. So okay, Diamond and Pearl. Yeah, you get that. So yeah, I can see them doing that, but I don't know if they're gonna just like do like the original print of the original game and then just put that on a cartridge for like newer audiences. I don't think they're gonna do that. So let's see. At this point, I'll take NSO version that's released. I don't know if they will, but yeah, we'll see. You're okay. Okay, so if you're okay with remakes of the old games, then yeah, you'll get that over the course of the next 30 years. Oh man, you'll get that. The only thing I hope. Okay, I already read that. Shout out to Epic Lobster. Welcome to the stream, though. Welcome. Shout outs to the Great Wall. Shout outs to Great Wall. Welcome. They might do Black and White 3 in the future. I mean, I guess nothing is out of the you know, realm of possibility, you know. So yeah, I pay $100 for Gen 1 through 3 on cartridge. I know it won't happen, but man, a man can dream. You know what? I'll say this. I'll say it's probably not, but never say never. There might be some type of plan in the future to say, hey, look, for a limited time, like Super Mario 3D All-Stars, for a limited time, you can get Pokemon 1 through 3 on cartridge, boom. And we're going to do it for like 5 or 6 months. There might be one of these days that they do something like that. So I'm not going to say it'll never happen, you know? So yeah. Let's see, am I the only one that thought it was weird the city looked really empty like The Last of Us? I don't know. They showed a bunch of people in the city and all that, so I'm not sure what parts where you said it looked really empty. There was Pokemon around in the wild, well, like in like the parts that they did show. There was Pokemon in the water and all that. So I don't know what part looked empty when they went through it, but they showed different places where people were walking around or people were around and stuff like that. So I'm not sure like what part was empty to you. CR Worlds with the $3.
OJ, I am hella hyped on Pokemon Champions.
Yeah, it's like
but
Stadium.
What's with the late fall 2025 with Legends Saw? I feel like Switch and Switch 2 is given GB and GBC, the way it's getting released and the Switch family of systems spiel. But that's just me. Man shrugging medium dark skin tone.
I mean, it could be, but yeah, that's a good comment. Thank you for the dono. Appreciate that. Thank you for the $3. 34 on the board, guys. Let's see if we can get the 45, only 11 more combos for a 45-minute extension on stream. Got 30 minutes already extended, so let's go. Combo breaks in the house. Yeah, that's a good comment. Good comment. It's late 2025, so they can make sure it's polished. I think that's probably the biggest thing, is to make sure that it's polished and there's not bugs and problems. And I think they're giving them extra time to probably lock down, make sure the frame rate is as good as possible, and make sure that there's not embarrassing bugs and glitches. I think that's really why it's late 2025. I mean, give them at least, 3 to 4 years to make the game. So I think that's the reason why. I mean, they probably could have had it out earlier, but, you don't want to take that risk with how Scarlet and Violet turned out, Christian with the dollar dono says, also, I gave a shout out on my reaction video. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, Christian. I'll definitely check it out. Thank you for another dollar dono. 35 on the board. So, yeah. Let's see here. I'm speaking of Mario All-Stars. I'm still kicking myself for not getting multiple copies. Yeah, I bought 3 because they literally told us it's going to be rare. Like, they literally put it up on a silver platter that this game is going to be rare and it's going to be harder to find. Like, they told us. So, yeah, if you had the opportunity and the cash to get it and you didn't, then yeah, definitely a boneheaded move. Now, once again, if you didn't have the cash at the time, or if you were, whatever, then okay, then it's not a boneheaded move. It is what it is. But if you were willing and able, or if you were able and didn't do it, then that's just the boneheaded move. Because they told us it was going to be like already. I'm not justifying it. I'm just saying they told us, hey, look, 6 months, then we're going to stop producing it. So we're going to make as many as we can for 6 months, and then after that, it's going to be done. So it's like, oh, they're literally telling us that it's going to be rare. Okay, cool. I'll just buy 3. So yeah. My honest reaction to ZA was feeling very mid. Looked very much like Scarlet and Legends ZA with no release date. I think the game is only getting delayed for Switch 2. I don't think so, and there was never a delay with the game, Joystick. So they just said 2025, but they never said that there was a delay with the game overall. But yeah, if you feel that it didn't look good, that's cool too as well. But I think it's probably going to be pretty fun gameplay wise. I think it's going to be a fun game. I'm not sure how much you like Pokemon games, but yeah, I think the combat looks pretty cool. But yeah. Let's see here. I can see your comments, Mr. Davis. What's good? Welcome. I really just want Pokemon Coliseum and XD remastered. That'd be nice for sure. But check out Pokemon Champions. Looks like that's gonna be like the spiritual successor to Pokemon Stadium. I guess not XD, because XD has like its own story. But I mean, I don't know what else they're gonna do with Pokemon Stadium, or sorry, with Pokemon Champions. I mean, they might have some story stuff with it, but we don't know. They didn't really show much. Bought a copy of 3D All-Stars off a whim. Smart man. Cyber Taurus with the $10 dono. Thank you so much, Cyber Taurus. I appreciate that for sure. Thank you for the big 10. 45 on the board. I really enjoyed Arceus, and I'm excited to see the next entry in the Legends series with ZA. My hope is they learn from Scarlet and Violet and release will look and run amazing on Switch 2. Yeah, I mean, if you even compare, people are comparing it to Scarlet and Violet. I don't know why people are comparing it to Scarlet. It should probably be more compared to Legends Arceus than Scarlet and Violet. And I know, I get it. It's like the last one was Scarlet and Violet. But it should probably be compared more to Pokemon Legends Arceus, in my opinion at least, because the scope and scale is not to the level of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. It's just not. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet was a massive open world game with huge locations and vistas and all that to go to. This is not that. This is definitely more of a contained experience or smaller zones very much like Pokemon Legends was. So I have seen multiple people say, oh, well, they're comparing it to, oh, what a Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. You got to be careful about it's like, but once again, it's not like Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. It's not going to be anywhere near the size of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. So I'm kind of more comparing it to Pokemon Legends and how that game did. And performance-wise, that game was okay. It was definitely much better than Scarlet and Violet performance-wise. So I'm kind of comparing it to that and seeing, okay, it's probably going to be similar to that because it's not the size of Scarlet and Violet. So yeah. Shout out to Cyber Taurus though. Thank you for the $10, and we got the overclock as well. Appreciate that. Let's go.
Overclock Buster!
Big love. 45 minutes extended on stream. Let's get it. Literally wasn't paying attention. I had cash. Oh, I'm sorry, right? Ryan Tyler, you're the homie. One of these days, maybe I will sell you one of my copies. I've got 3 copies, although I don't know where my 3rd copy is. I don't know where that is, but I do have 3 copies of the game. So maybe I'll be a bud and give you one for a good price one of these days in the future. Not now, in the future. So if you're still around watching and you really want it, I might hook you up. Okay, I might hook you up with it with a nice priced copy of the game. I will not jack it up for you. Okay. How about that? Shout outs to Cyber Taurus though. I appreciate that. Thank you for the $10 dono. I feel like they'll do a Zelda All-Stars collection next year. Ooh, that'd be interesting. I bought a okay, I already read that. Shout outs. Let's go. Same with Alarmo. It's gonna be rare too. Must buy Alarmo. You know, expensive alarm clock. Ted told us that it was gonna be rare. I tested their bluff shake. Y'all really out here testing Nintendo's bluff on that one? I saw some people just said, screw it, I don't want to do it. I'm going to emulate it. And I'm like, or I'm going to pirate or emulate. I'm like, dude, that defeats the whole purpose. Like being angry, saying, I'm going to pirate it. That doesn't matter. Of course it's going to be able to be pirated or emulated or whatever you want to do, right? That doesn't matter. The whole point is that it's not going to be there. So you want the physical copy. The digital copy is worthless. These games have been around for forever. And they've been, you know, you can use Game Dolphin. You can make it already look and run good. You can make Sunshine run at 60, right? So that's not the point. That's not the point. The point is the point is to have the game physical. That's the point. That you get all 3 on one cartridge. That was the whole point of it, you know. Zelda's on the 40th anniversary. I think next year would be, because it's 86 for Zelda, if I'm not correct. So next year would be the 40th anniversary. Yeah, 39th this year, 40th next year. Kriosin Bomb with the Jiao Jiao. Yeah, let's go.
Hey.
Hey.
I was there at your awesome early stream. I was silently watching. Hope you had a good day, sir.
I had a good day. I had some stuff that I had to go to, had some court stuff that I had to do, had some other things. But yeah, it was okay. Like I said, I'm kind of tired, but you guys are giving me life right now, man. You guys are giving me life. I appreciate it. So thank you guys so much, man. Thank you guys for the support. 55 on the board. Let's keep it rolling, guys. Combo breaks coming through. I appreciate you guys supporting the stream. Really do. And also, Killer Ninja with the 38 months of membership. Hey, yo. Thank you so much, Killer Ninja. I appreciate the 38 months. Big love to Cyber Taurus. Big love to Kriosin Bomb. And I want to say big love to Kriosin Bomb because he's been supporting for a long time. So thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for the long time support. I appreciate it. It really helps out on the channel. So thank you. All right. Also, Rukia X-Play getting the 6-month Makaku. Sharingan, thank you so much for the 6 months of membership. Brand new badge too, Rukia X-Play. Let's go. I hope the Pokemon Company can make something that looks like Xenoblade Chronicles X someday. One of these days, they'll make something that looks like that. The art style is different, so I doubt they'll ever make anything that looks like that because they have different art styles in terms of Xenoblade X. But yes, definitely the graphics in Xenoblade X are much better. Although Xenoblade X is not a monster battler game, it's a very different in terms of how it operates from Pokemon, like let's just say even Scarlet and Violet and all of that. But yeah, absolutely. In terms of like the terrain and all of that, maybe one of these days. But I don't know, man. Monolith Soft, they have a different engine. They do things a little bit differently in terms of how they have to program and code for their games compared to like let's say, a Pokemon game. But yeah, maybe one of these days. But yeah, I mean, once again, like if all you're looking for in terms of it is just graphics, like I don't know if the graphics are better, like is that gonna make you be like happy? Like, oh my god, are you gonna love the game now? So that's the only thing that I would say is that a lot of people that are just talking about that, you might not like Pokemon. You might not like Pokemon if that's all you're looking forward to, you know. And if that's like the main thing, you might not like it. That's the thing. You just might not like it. So you also have to keep that in mind. Yo, OJ, what's up, man? What's up? Because everyone's referencing Xenoblade Chronicles X. I better hope Xenoblade Chronicles X better sell like 3 million copies or 4 million copies with everyone talking about the graphics in the game. So I'm hoping this actually, the fact that Xenoblade Chronicles X is getting compared, I really hope that the game actually puts up really good numbers, since people seemingly, because the graphics good, so that should mean sales, right? That should mean sales. So I hope it actually transfers over. I really hope, since everyone's bringing it up graphics wise, you know. Let's see. I don't care about graphics, but I want that to have crazy graphics because it can convert angry fans. I don't think it's gonna convert. Like I said, I don't think it's gonna convert. No, hold up. I don't think it's going to convert the people who already don't like it. The people, they're just going to be like, oh, now I can have something to look at and it's Pokemon, so I can just talk about it. I don't think it's actually going to convert. Like, in terms of angry fans, they're going to buy the game regardless. You know what I'm saying? So I want that for personally, like, they're going to buy it. Regardless, they're going to buy it. But in terms of, like, other people that are outside of it, I mean, they might buy it, but they're just probably going to play it for a little bit, then drop it, then say, okay, it's Pokemon, you know? So I think that's what we might see. If they ever do get to that point, if they ever do, but we'll see. But no, I agree with you though. I agree, like, with the gist of what you're saying, Felipe. Like, yeah, it needs to be better. As someone who's been playing Pokemon for a long time, it would be great if it was better. I'm kind of more focused on the gameplay, because the gameplay is what makes Pokemon. I mean, it was never one of the games that had the, like, awesome graphics. From, like, the Game Boy, obviously. It was never, like, a console game. And it was never a game that had incredible graphics at any point. Maybe you can say it for, like, how it was, like, on the 3DS. But even on the 3DS, the games at the time, like, the games didn't look as good as, like, what you could do graphically, like, on a console, right? Or even, like, on a Wii, for example, right? So they never looked amazing in terms of the mainline titles. Obviously, they look a lot better than what they looked before. But yeah, clearly not as good as, like, Breath of the Wild, right? That's what people are comparing, Breath of the Wild and games like that. So yeah, hopefully one of these days. But I don't know, man. I don't know the way that the games are made. I'm not sure if we'll ever get to that point. And once we do get to that point, the Zelda games and the Xenoblade games will look a lot better. So then people are like, oh, well, why can't it look like those games? You know, so it'll just be the perpetually, it's not up to where I want it to be, I think, eventually. So I think that's what's really going to happen with Pokemon. Unless once again, they give them like 6-7 years to build a game, like a game going forward, which, you know, might be a thing. Or another thing that they can do, they can probably use use a different engine, probably like use like Unreal or use something else. If they do that, that could also help out. But then, they're losing out on a lot of money for licensing fees, right? So then there's also that. So yeah, I don't know what the future is gonna hold. As something tells me we dislike Pokemon, we'll just move the goalposts and complain about other things. Yeah, it's possible. I mean, people complain about games that have good graphics too. If graphics aren't the be-all, end-all, they'll complain. I mean, everyone complains about everything. Like, Call of Duty has good graphics. People complain about Call of Duty all the time, you know? So yeah. People just like to use Xenoblade for their arguments. For example, weirdos Grum celebrating the gender selection even though they never played or talked about Xenoblade. Yes, that is true. That is true. People will just... Xenoblade is definitely the poster child for being used for other arguments, and then probably people don't play the game. Absolutely. But yeah, that was weird that people were doing that, because they don't even like Xenoblade. They never talked about Xenoblade. But it was good to see the Xenoblade community tell them to shut the hell up, get out of our community, you know, like, stop using our game for your stupid culture war. You don't care about Xenoblade, you know, which is the truth. At the end of the day, that's the truth. Stop using Xenoblade for your stupidity. Like, nobody cares, man. Y'all goofy weirdos. Or at least I want to see some actual gameplay from these people, which that probably won't happen. Hey, what's up, 7th Okage? Welcome. OJ, you fight because the guy who made a video about you did not like cuss him out. What he did it for you. Listen, I don't, like I said a million times, Mr. Davis, I don't care what people make videos about me. It just brings more people, more support, more love over to my channel. So anybody that wants to make vids, have at it, make vids. I care about what's happening right here. So Mr. Davis, don't worry about it. Let them make videos. I don't even know who it is. I don't really care. But yeah, everyone's allowed to say whatever opinion that they want to have about me, that they're more than entitled to do it. Like I said, it just makes my channel better, and makes more people come over to my channel. We've had a pretty nice burst in subscribers too. So it's just more people coming over to my channel. So I actually don't mind people saying whatever they want to say. Let them have at it. Hit that like button though if you have not hit that like button. Let's get to 100 likes. Shout outs. It's sad that Xenoblade becomes the scapegoat to prove that Pokemon could be better, but it does lead to better sales. But it doesn't lead to better sales for Xenoblade. yeah, pretty much a scapegoat at this point. Pretty much a scapegoat, but it is what it is, you know. I did not like it, Mr. Davis. I appreciate it, man, but don't worry about it, man. We good over here. We good. Like I said, people are allowed to have their opinion, man. I'm not here to crush people's opinion. If they hate me or don't like what I say, make the video, make it, use the name. Hopefully it'll help your channel out, you know? But yeah, I'm not worried. I don't think I'll ever be worried about that. I used to, back in the day, I used to be worried about that when I was smaller, but like now that I'm like, you know, 100K plus, like you don't, and like if you're looking at it, right, you look at all the popular content creators, how many of them have people talk about them? So you got to have thick skin, and you got to be willing for people to give you criticism one way. Now, do I have to watch it? No, I'm not going to waste my time watching like weird people making videos. But are they allowed to do it? Sure. Have at it. Have fun. You know what? I'm still here. Like I'm still here. People still supporting. My channel's still doing good. I'm still living okay. I'm still living good. I still have what I have. So yeah, it doesn't really bother me. Yeah, I mentioned that renowned Dumbo. At the end of the day, he's a weirdo. Keep being a small grifter. Yeah, most of the people talking about me, I mean, like I said, most people that are bigger than me, they don't want to talk about me because that's giving me clout. People smaller than me, they'll talk because they're talking about somebody bigger, so it gives them some clout, you know. So yeah, it's no problem. Pokemon fans need to understand money, talent, experience. No matter how much money Pokemon games makes, doesn't mean anything but more resources. Yeah, maybe. So yeah. Huddy, what's good? It must be eating up some of these people inside that I don't actually respond to any of their videos. They must be upset, especially the people who constantly spam. I think the guy I know who Mr. Davis is like, they must be upset that I don't actually like make another video mad at them. Like I'll talk about it on stream, I'll be like, oh yeah, they're weird or whatever, but it must eat them up inside that I don't actually make a video and give them the clout that they're looking for. Because if I say something, they'll probably hype up their channel. They'll probably get more subs or more money or something. But I don't ever do that. So it must eat them up inside that I don't do that. They're probably looking for me to do it. And I'm like, no. You know, no, I'm good. Dingo on my 40 with the 59 months. Thank you so much, Dingo on my 40. Shout outs. Yo, what's up, Huddy? Welcome to the stream. How you doing today? Big love. Big love. Welcome. OJ, you know? No, I don't know. No, I don't know any of these people. No, I don't know any of them. I'm not trying to, Mr. Davis. I don't really care. To be honest, man. Keep it a buck. I legitimately don't care. So yeah. I think back when YouTube responding to people was a normal thing because video responses, but nowadays it's not necessary. It's not really necessary unless someone is making false claim. Yeah, and even if they're making a false claim, it's even sometimes that's not necessary either. Like even if they're making a false claim, like it really depends on your size. That's what I would say, man. Like if you're a much bigger content creator and someone so much smaller than you is making a video, even if it's wrong, like you can just leave it alone. It doesn't really matter. Like, cause like there's no point. It's YouTube, you know? Now, if it's on Twitter, something that you can respond or something that you can do very quickly, then that's different, right? But if it's like having to actually take the time to make a video to respond to someone, most of the time, it's probably not even worth your time. Like, Just let them think whatever. And then if somebody truly feels that way, or they think that you said something or did whatever that was wrong, they'll come over to the channel. And then they'll see. Like I said, I've had many people say, I came over from X, Y, and Z channel. They were saying something negative, but I came here. You were cool, dude. I subscribed. I got one guy. People drop money. People drop donos. So yeah, to me, it's just more like, it's just marketing for me, to be honest. Free marketing. So yeah. What's crazy, the story you said about the content creators demanding you put his watermark back? I can't go over the Audacity. Yeah, I mean, it was Nintendo Life, and they it's all good, man. They sent me another email. They apologized, so, or at least more of it. So it is what it is. At the end of the day, it's all good. But yeah, like I said, like I think. I understand, and I understand, but I think it was, once again, it was the attitude that they came at me with. It wasn't the fact that they asked for it. Like, if you don't want somebody to cover up your watermark, okay, whatever. Don't, that's fine. You can, but it was like the way that they said it, like the lecturing and the way that they said it. It was, the tone was not ideal. Was not an ideal tone. So that's the only thing that I got upset with. It wasn't the fact that they asked. I mean, like, it's whatever on that. It was the way that they went about it. That was the issue that I had. So yeah, like the way that they went about it is like, that is not, like, speaking to me like I'm a little child. That is what I don't like. Not the fact that they were that they even said it in the first place. If they would have been cool about it and just been like, hey man, like, next time we would appreciate it. Like, if you didn't cover up our watermark, it's all good. Like, I know you're trying to work and I know your video is transformative, but we'd appreciate that. And if you could just reach out to us, that'd be cool, bro. Just because, like, we kind of want to see, like, where our footage is going. We got people who take our footage and don't credit. So if they just said it in a cool way, like, I would have been like, oh, okay, I feel you, fam, like, I get you. But it was the way that they went about it. They went about it like I said, like I was, like, in trouble at school, and like they were talking to me like a guidance counselor or something like that. So that's the reason why I kind of, like I said, I had to snap back a little bit. Hey, what's up, Shaw X? Welcome. Again, OJ, I know a guy. All right, Shaw X. Hey, bro, if I need the clamps put down, I gotta go to my man Shaw X. Let's go. Thank you to Dingo though, man. Thank you for the 59 months, man. Appreciate that. Big love. 59 months. Let's go. What's up, Christian Smithers? I bet NL realized that they're the one backing. No one is backing them up, so eventually they apologize. Otherwise, I bet they would have continued to double down. It's tough to say. I mean, that could have been the case for sure, Minato. I can't sit here and say that I know, I can't sit here and say I know exactly why they did what they did, in terms of, like, all of that. I mean, they could generally just be, wanting to, but yeah, I think it was basically because it's obviously, it doesn't benefit them at the end of the day. I think it doesn't benefit them to have a 100K plus creator saying screw them, you know what I'm saying? Because they probably saw some comments of people, so I'm guessing that's it. Because, once again, they're trying to pay all their staff, they're trying, and Nintendo content already is, it's good. It can be good, but it cannot be good. Like, the views can be pretty bad YouTube wise, right? Like, obviously my channel, Nintendo RPG content, and yeah, the views aren't anything incredible, so that's just how Nintendo content is. Now, obviously, Nintendo content, like Scott the Waz Nintendo content, is very different, right? That's very different, but Scott would be successful even if it wasn't Nintendo. He could have been doing that with Microsoft, Sony, anybody, right? Any classic games, and he probably would be very successful regardless because it's a style, format, and it's his personality. But guided Nintendo content, that stuff is like going the way of the dodo bird. You've got to be more creative, right? Like, you see what Beat 'em Ups is doing now. He's doing now like full green screen with, with which I saw that format that he does now, that he's doing now. I saw that format. Somebody else did that. I don't remember the channel, but there was somebody else that's a Nintendo content creator. I'm not saying Beat 'em Up stole it, but I'm just saying, like, that style where you're green screen and, like, you're kind of transitioning from almost like acting-ish and having things pop up, while you're doing that. Like, so a lot of content creators are finding different ways, right, to entertain, like Nintendo content creators to entertain, because like the regular news reporting or previews or reviews aren't really getting it done in today's day. So you got to find different ways. Lucky for me, I'm a streamer, so streaming really helps me out. You know, you guys out here, memberships and stuff like that. So yeah, so I can have not necessarily great views. I can have okay to kind of views, and things are all right. You know, and I don't live a frivolous life. You know, I don't live a very exuberant life. I just take care of what I got to take care of and do enough content to where it's okay. I got a couple 100,000 views coming in every single month, you know? So yeah, hopefully it gets better though. Like with Switch 2, I think it can definitely get better and it can improve based off of what we get, you know, but definitely I'm pushing for Switch 2 to be a success. I want it to be successful because that's going to be better for all of us. It's better for everybody involved when things do well, you know. Like if Microsoft was doing better, I would have been able to make more off of my my Xbox Series X, you know, or if Sony had more games that I like, I would have been able to do more reviews and do more content. So I always want everything to do better, you know. I want the industry to be bumping. I want there to be a lot of sales. I want there to be, you know, I want things to be good for everyone. Because if things are good all around, then it's better for us, you know, as a content creators and as you know, consumers. It's better for you when there's more content, when there's more good content to play, right? So yeah, so that's kind of how I see it. You know, some people don't see it that way. There are some content creators, they're so selfish, man. They only see it as what they like, and that's all they care about, and that's all they want. And they say, oh, how can you want this to defend this? And they lash out because they only care about what they want and how much money they make, you know. They don't care about the industry and how well it does. Like they only care about Final Fantasy, and they only care about their RPGs that they play, and everything else can burn to the ground. It doesn't matter. It doesn't affect them, you know, like, because it doesn't affect their pocketbook if this is not here or that. But they only care about what they want, you know, and what they like. And yes, there are many content creators that appear to be nice, that have that thought process, you know, that don't give a damn about what you actually like. They only care about what they like and their own followers, which is whatever, right? That's fine. But for me, I rather have a super healthy industry all around, so it brings about opportunities not only for myself but for other content creators. You know, but hey, I guess I'm kind of rambling right now. I'm selfishly glad it happened. Finally gave me a good reason to unsub from that crusty ass chat. Shout outs. You on Spawncast this weekend? Probably, maybe. We'll see. I'm not sure what that is, Dave. Only comments I see NL with some called out NL say they all say OJ content sucks, therefore he deserves getting bashed by NL. My content sucks, so therefore he deserves getting bashed by NL. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's cool too. Yeah, I can understand that, man. Like, especially if you watch NL content, like if you watch Nintendo Live content and then you like that, but then you watch mine, then I can understand why they think mine sucks, you know. So that's fair. Let's see, yeah, and not because theirs is so much better, but theirs is like cheesy, and mine's not. Mine's more flavor, style. Mine's more, you know what I'm saying? Like it's more discussion. You know, some people want just straight up, you know, square type content. You know, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that too. Like I said before, these PC fanboys, Utopia's consoles. I burned to ground VG devs on PC. Yeah, I'm not even just talking about PC guys. It's some console, like it's certain console guys too. But yeah. So I don't know why people are saying Legend ZA looks bad. I mean, it looks fine to me. Just performance. All we need to watch out for, not visuals. Yeah, definitely the visuals could be better. Like if you compare it to like, they're comparing it to like Xeno X, and they're comparing it to like, you know, Zelda Breath of the Wild. That's the reason why, you know. But I mean, yeah, it looks okay. It looks fine. It's not like, oh my god, the worst looking game ever. And clearly it looks better than like Sword and Shield or Scarlet and Violet or something like that. And I think even Legends Arceus. But yeah, it definitely could be better. So there's room to improve Alucard. But yeah, it's not the worst thing ever, but it's not like the best thing ever either, right? So yeah. We're getting so close to Switch 2 Direct, 30 plus days away. Yeah. Because we're already through. What did I tell you guys? Didn't I tell you guys February is going to like zoom right by? and we're gonna get to March, and then it's gonna be next month, and then it's gonna be early March. It's gonna be early April. So it's not like we don't have to wait the whole month. The worst thing is like when you have to wait the whole month for something. It's like, oh yeah, it's gonna be like 2 months away, but you gotta wait like the whole month to get to it. But it's gonna be early April. We're pretty much there. Literally, this Sunday, it's gonna be like 30 days from then. Because like this Sunday, that's the 2nd. So yeah, by Monday next week, it'll be less than 30 days, right? It'll be the 2nd of April, which is a Wednesday. So yeah, man, it's super cool. My final battle until Switch 2 is my on-call on March. Yeah, shoutouts. Monster Hunter Wilds launches in 2 hours. Oh yeah, Monster Hunter Wilds. I'm debating whether I should pick that up tomorrow or not. If I should just head to Best Buy and pick it up. I don't know if I want to get it. Like I kind of just want to wait to Xeno X, but Xeno X is still. It's March 20th. It's March 20th, so it's still a little bit of ways. It's close, but then it's like far at the same time, man. So yeah, man. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. Consoles, though, I still think crazy Sony YouTubers are the worst. Heck, some like MBG and Reforge Gaming. Oh, we got an MBG and Reforge Gaming sighting on the channel. Let's go. They even get triggered whenever people jokingly tell them Xbox is better. I've seen a lot of videos. I don't have anything against those guys, man. I think people are a little bit too crazy when it comes to hardcore console fanboys or hardcore console fans of this. Like I think people get a little bit too crazy over Reforge and MBG and guys like that. I don't think, listen, they're hardcore fans of Sony. That's fine to me, but I mean it's pretty milquetoast type of content overall. You know, whether they have problems or it's what was it, contradictions or whatever. I actually don't have an issue with those guys, and I've seen. I don't watch their streams, but I've seen enough clips to kind of know what it's about. But it just seems like they're doing the same thing that I'm doing, but I'm just not as crazy, as they are when it comes to their bias or what they like, Obviously, my channel, a lot of Nintendo content. Some people say, oh, whatever, they get mad at Nintendo fanboy, this and that. But if you come to the stream, clearly, it's like, listen, man, I like Nintendo games. I like RPGs. I'll play whatever. There was a time when I wouldn't shut the heck up about Mass Effect on this channel, right? And that's not Nintendo, right? They'll never do stuff like that. They'll never go on sabbaticals like I do on other systems based off of the content, right? For me, it's based off the content. So if Xbox or PlayStation gets a game that I really like, dude, I might not talk about Nintendo for a while, Like I'm just playing in 2021. You guys remember when I was playing Mass Effect? I was talking about other things in that, but I was really just focused on Mass Effect, which is not a Nintendo game. So for me, it's more just based on my content and what I'm looking for, what I'm playing, at the end of the day. But no, I actually don't have a problem with them. They're fine. I mean, people try to treat them like they're like the devil or something like that. They're not that bad, to be honest, man. Like, they're actually pretty tame compared to some people out there. My paternal leave is almost over too. Oh no. Get the best out of it at the very end of the days, man. Grifter's Bash, AC Sato's new release date, same day as Tokyo Siren Attack. Yeah, also Xenoblade Chronicles X releases March 20th, the same day as Assassin's Creed Shadows. Yeah, I don't even know what attack that was, but yeah, I don't think they were thinking about that. Oh yes, Claire Obscure Expedition 33. That is a game that I'm very much looking forward to. That's an April game, though. So I wish that game was February. I wish that game was already out. So yeah. But it's all good. I can wait for April for that game. So yeah. They're either trying to get free Sony codes or a job. I don't know if they're trying to get a job or free Sony. I mean, maybe they're trying to get free Sony codes. I don't know. I don't have a problem with branded YouTubers that are one-man shows. Like, if you're a one-man show and you want to pledge your allegiance to one system or another, I actually have no problem with that. And that's actually a way to grow. And if that's what you like, if that's who you are, then be you. You know what I'm saying? Then be you. Now, yeah, it can be annoying and there can be contradictions and you can be, like, saying stupid things. But at the end of the day, I think that makes things a little bit more exciting than everyone just being Mr. Play the middle of the road. Like, No shots to John from Spawnwave. But if everyone was just like John from Spawnwave, I don't think it would be that fun. I think it would be very, very, very boring. Now, he has his audience and all that, but he's not associated with any, like, one thing. He likes Halo, he likes Nintendo, he likes Sony, he has his part, like, and playing everything down the middle of the road, if everyone did that, that's not fun. I don't find that to be fun. We need guys that are middle of the road. We need that. Don't get me wrong. But we also need guys that are on one side or another. You know what I'm saying? We need to hold the line, guys. We need that. We need the Nintendo crazy Nintendo dudes. We need kind of all that in order to make it fun. Like, I think if everyone was just middle of the road, that would be boring. That would be so boring. And I think that's what people don't realize. People don't believe in yin and yang. Like, I do. I believe in yin and yang. A lot of you guys don't, but I do. We need there to be a balance of psychotic and normal and, like, middle of the road, all the way Halo, you know what I'm saying? Everything's Gucci. And then we need psychotic, crazy people, too. We need that to all kind of mix together so the content wheel can spin. So yeah, I have no problem with it, you know? It's that. No, John's definitely not boring. He's just middle of the road, which is fine. John's not boring. This News Wave is very well done. I think it's a well done produced show. But like I said, I wouldn't want everybody to be like that. We need the Reforge. Personally, we need the Reforges, and we need some of the crazies on one side. We need guys like me. We need everything. Crazy Nintendo, crazy RPG people, crazy shooter people, crazy sports people. You know, we need it kind of like on all sides. You know, so that's kind of how I feel about it. I don't really hate on people that are, you know, doing something a little bit differently. Well, I don't know about LTG. I think that, I'm not sure if we need that. He's a little bit, that stuff gets a little bit too personal. I think that where he goes and where people that hate him go, obviously way too personal, that's a little bit too much. But I mean, like I said, if it's like Reforge or guys that make fun of other people like Fratanga or like Alex, like these guys that are kind of like in this chaotic, you know, neutral or chaotic one side or another, like, I don't have any problem with that. As long as it's all kept to YouTube and that. Now, when it starts getting into IRL and people trying to dox and things like that, that's when I say, okay, it goes too far. But, you know, if it's just talking on YouTube about video games, yeah, I don't have a problem with that, you know. Do you think we're getting the second Pokemon trailer April 2nd? No. But, I mean, you never know, right? Daniel? It was a terrorist attack on the cult 30 years ago. Oh, yeah, I read it. I think I watched a documentary about that. Several games released in Japan on March 20th around through the years. Not sure why. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I know about that. Yo, shout outs to Cyber Taurus with the $10 donuts. We don't need more DSPs, but we do need the hour stream extension. Let's go. Yes, sir. That's true. We don't need more DSPs, but he's like a fraud, though. He's a lying fraud. So, yes, we don't need more lying frauds that scam and steal money from really stupid people. We don't need that. I agree with that. We don't need more of that. But I don't think, like I said, these chaotic type of Sony dudes, I don't think that they do that. Or these chaotic Nintendo dudes or chaotic Microsoft dudes. They don't do that. They're just kind of chaotic at times. They're just kind of chaotic at times. So yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, Cyber Taurus, with another $10 dono. We've got it right here. Let's go, baby. 1 hour extension. Big love, man. No, we don't need guys like Felicify because he's a liar and he's psycho. We don't need psychotic people that lie and grift and steal. We don't need those because, once again, lying and grifting and stealing, that's not cool. Now, being like, getting mad that people are saying Xbox is better and getting trolled over stuff like that, that's funny. That's okay because nobody's lying. They're actually paying him. So it's funny because he's getting paid and he's angry about that, but he's getting paid, you know? So that's funny. That's hilarious because it's a win-win. The people that are giving the money to the person that gets upset if they're hardcore into Sony and they're saying that Xbox better, it's a win-win because that person who's getting trolled gets money for it. Nobody's personal information is getting compromised. Nobody's getting stolen from, and everyone and the people that are giving the money get the reaction that they want, you know? So it's a win-win all around. But like stuff like lying about taxes and stealing and saying that, you know, oh, I'm spending it on taxes and stuff like that when you're buying pies and you're buying alcohol and you're buying microtransactions in WWE and lying, like WWE champions and lying about it, that is not acceptable. That's not good. That's just grifting, lying, and taking advantage of mentally challenged people, you know, which we know that DSP has mentally challenged people that watch and support him. Like a lot of mentally challenged people that watch and support him. So I think that's not a good thing because you're taking advantage of people and you're lying for money. So yeah, I don't agree with stuff like that. I don't agree with that. I also don't agree with doing stuff like, you know, obviously, you know, super personal attacks, coming after people, you know, unprovoked, crazy stuff that we've seen from other content creators. I know like LTG's done some kind of crazy things, you know, overall, you know, so yeah, stuff like that. Like I said, super crazy vulgar language, you know, those are the things that we don't need. But slight trolling here and there, you know, where people are getting paid because of the trolling. Hey, look, man, if you're going to troll me, you know, I don't care if people come into the chat and say Sony's better or Xbox better and they want to drop donos for it. If Nintendo has a trash presentation and people want to come in and drop donos and say Sony's better or Xbox better, feel free. Be my guest, be my guest, be my guest. What's that one song? Or that one song? Be my guest, be my guest, be my guest. Please, feel free to do so, fam. I will not complain. Shoutouts to Cyber Taurus. Thank you for the $10 dono. That does tie up with JMV as the Hokage and stream. Or actually, no, just the Hokage. Shoutouts to Cyber Taurus. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, Beauty and the Beast. Yeah, be my guest. Be my guest. Dun, 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 dun. Please feel free to do so if that's what you want to do. So, Realistify still around. Assume that dude destined for jail. Yeah, he's still around. That guy's psycho, bro. He's psycho. He's kind of psycho. The Pokemon trailer we would even get in April is Champions is also for Switch 2, considering it's going to be used for VGC. Although they might wait for Gen 10 in late 2026. Yeah, maybe on that one, DJ King, for sure. Let's see here. First time see you without a hat. I always wear. There's many times I don't wear a hat. What are you talking about? There's many times I don't wear a hat. You don't watch me enough, Israel. You gotta watch me more. But no, I understand. I get you. Didn't see that clip from Reforged Gaming saying he doesn't care about viewers don't donate, and he only cares about his loyal fans. To the point, the bud said he shouldn't say that. Yeah, I don't know if that's a great thing to say as a content creator. Oh, I don't care about donations. I only care about my loyal fans. Well, wait, hold up. That's absolutely not true. Listen, you guys don't have to be loyal to me. If you want to drop donos, feel free to do it. I will never say anything that stupid. I actually care about, if you want to hate, if you're a hater, you want to drop donos, feel free. That is not me. I do not share the same opinion. Let me tell you something right now. You don't have to be loyal or dedicated to me. If you're just someone that wants to drop by and watch the stream, I appreciate you. I care about you. If you're someone that does not like me and you want to drop donos, I also like you. Feel free to do that as well. Oh, absolutely not with me, man. Hold up here. I run a different operation over here. Ryan Tyler with the $1 says Steam Deck better than Switch. Absolutely. 100%. Thank you for the $1. Thank you for the $1 dono. Absolutely. I agree. When the Switch 2 comes, if the Switch 2 presentation's trash, feel free to drop donos and say Steam Deck better. Feel free. I'll be angry. I'll be like, you know, I'll be smiling, but I'll be crying underneath. But if it comes with cash, then it's fine by me. Shout outs to Ryan Tyler. I appreciate you. Thank you for the $1 dono, man. Let's see. That's like Loki saying, I don't care about my wife. Let herself go and stop caring about her looks and hygiene. I talk about DSP. I mean, yeah, once again, you know, DSP's mentally not well. So mentally unwell people impart their mentally unwellness on other people. That transformation that she went through where she gained, I mean, that's because DSP's unwell and he's unhealthy and he's got her drinking alcohol, probably got her eating all types of food and stuff like that, you know. Like, even for me, like I was gaining a bit of weight. My wife, she's like, yo, you're gaining weight. Your sides look a little bit too chubby. You need to cut back on the candy. And I'm like, yeah, I know. Like, we keep each other in check. Like, I told my wife, I'm like, yo, like, after she had her pregnancy, I was like, look, we need to lose some weight, get back to it. And she's done a great job of losing, you know, a lot of the weight that she gained after her pregnancy. She's done a fantastic job. So we keep each other in check. And that's why I said, yo, guys, I need to go back on my stricter diet, because I'm getting a little bit hefty on the sides. Like, my arms and my biceps, everything good. My chest is good, but the sides here, my wife had to let me know. And I'm like, yeah, I got to cut back, you know? So that's when, that's how you know, like, when you care about someone, is that you don't let them let go of themselves like that. But, like, mentally unwell people will like, bad habits and mentally unwell people will do that to their significant others, you know, and will do that to people around them. So that's definitely, that tells you everything that you need to know right there, that he just didn't care, and just, like, you know, who knows what type of health concerns that's going to come with, you know, with that extra weight and all that. Like, so yeah, it is what it is, though, man. It is what it is. No, hold up, guys. This is not anti-fat. This is not, it's not anti-fat. The reason why I brought that up is because if you normally operate at a certain weight and you gain a lot of weight, obviously health concerns is a problem, right? That's a big problem. Now, if you're already somebody that was already naturally big and you still stay big and that's just what you want to do, then that's fine. You know, it is what it is. But, you know, the difference was that, you know, she was very thin, you know, before she met him. She was very, very, very thin, and now she's not, you know. So it's like she moves in with him, then all of a sudden there's problems there. So that's all I was saying. You know, that's all I was saying. My best friend told his wife that she could tone up, and they had a full-blown argument. Yeah, it's a bit more sensitive joystick with certain places. I think, like, you know, my culture, Nigerians, like, we're more upfront and blunt than other people. So my mom will tell me when I look fat, she'll just be like, yo, you're looking kind of chubby, you know. Sister will say that to me. My wife will say that to me. So it's a little bit different, you know. So yeah. See, personally, because my last girl was big, not fat. That's thick, right? Thick. Sunground Studios did a hyper teardown of the Pokemon trailer. Just watched it. Very good watch if you're curious about the game development of the game. Oh yeah, maybe we'll check that out for sure. Maybe I'll check that out. I was a fat kid when I was younger. Lost a lot of weight playing football and lost it. High school, mad skinny-ish, but mad in shape. A lot bigger than but I lost it. Yeah, aren't you? You're losing weight right now too, right? Ryan Tyler with another dollar dono says Final Fantasy 16 is way better than Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Absolutely, way better. I agree as well. It's way better. I agree, way better, dude. Thank you for the dollar dono. I appreciate it. Let's go. Oh man. Hit that like button though, guys. We are at 85 likes. I'd love to see if we can get to 100 likes today. That would be super cool. So I'd appreciate it if you guys hit that like button. If you have not hit that like button, hit that like button. Let them know that we are streaming. Also, let's open it up to Q&A. If you guys have questions, feel free to drop the questions as well. That'd be great. Shout out to Ryan Tyler with the troll donos. I feel it, man. I appreciate it. Let's go. Mostly true Nigerians will just tell it how it is, not sugarcoating. Yeah, we don't really sugarcoat too much. I mean, sometimes you do. When it's stuff like weight, you don't need to sugarcoat weight because you can lose weight pretty easily, you know? Like not easily, but you can lose weight. Like, you can definitely lose weight. So, yes, still at 285 pounds, still fighting for my goal, 220. Even if I can get to 245, that'd be great. Yeah, you know, long-term goal, 220. Short-term goal, you know, 245. I changed my diet. Diabetes run wild on both sides of my family, and I didn't want those pregnant, and I didn't want those pregnant. Yeah. You got to change. That's what I'm trying to do, man. I'm just trying to tone and lose the sides. Like I said, everything else is good. My legs are good. Everything's good. My stomach is actually good. Like, my stomach is good, but my sides. So I just got to tone up. That's just where the sugar goes to. So that's what I'm working on right now. And I did have a Reese's cup though today. But I didn't really eat too much. Like, my calorie count's pretty low. I had some homemade pancakes. I had some ham, turkey breast. So thin turkey, and I had some eggs for protein. I changed the syrup that I use. I don't use the sugar. I use sugar. I always use sugar-free syrup, but now I use like this keto, low-carb, organic monk fruit syrup. That's much, and it's lower. It's even 5 calories lower than the regular sugar-free syrup. Only 10 calories per 2 tablespoons. So I'm using that, and I barely use any. I just use a little bit. So I'm making much better choices. You know, if I want a snack, no more like trying to cut out the candy. I might have like I said, like a small peanut butter jelly sandwich, and like I said, just a little bit, and like low calorie like bread. So I'm just trying to change up some of the things to just lose the size. Probably by the end of the year, I'll probably be back to full six-pack, full defined six-pack, and sides looking good. So I'm aiming for the end of the year to be fully good. WWE No Mercy is better than AEW Fight Forever. I always call that game Flop Forever. Flop Forever. So yeah. So thank you for the $5, Matt. I appreciate it. Thank you for the big 5. Appreciate you. Rukia X Play with the big problems. Okay, yeah, I got you, man. It's all good. That's what I thought that you meant that. Thank you for the $5. Rukia X Play. Remember, if you drop a dono, if you want some music, video game tracks, I can play video game tracks. So let me know what you want if you do drop a dono. And I got you. Thank you for the 72 on the combo board. We are going even further beyond. Yes, sir. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate that. Let's go. Yo, what's up, Redbeard and Sausage? Good to see you here. That Terminator 2 game, No Fate game trailer came out today. It looks pretty nice. Yeah, I saw it. I'm not a big Terminator fan, but yeah, it looks good. Jonathan says, "What's good, OJ? I hope you're doing well. I am doing all the Xenoblade games this year. Finished 1, just started chapter 8 and 2. Loving them. I'm mad it took me this long to play. What's your favorite? I have a game. I have Jonathan. Shout outs. Thank you for coming out to the stream. I have a video where I rank all the Xenoblade games, my favorites. So when you're done, you need to go watch. When you're done playing the Xenoblade games, trust me, you're gonna love that video. You don't want me to spoil it right now because Xenoblade is awesome. So trust me. Once you're done with the games, just Google, if you remember, just Google or not, go on my channel and just type in all Xenoblade games ranked. And then you'll know what my favorite is. Trust me, it'll be so much better after playing the Xenoblade games to see what my favorite Xenoblade game is. So I'm telling you to trust me on that one. You're gonna want to wait. Let's see here. Alucard says that. Okay, yeah, I already read that. Shout outs to Alucard. Appreciate you. Welcome. Does anyone else wonder why my 600-pound life, when the episode centered around a girl, boyfriends always be black guys? Maybe they like them extra thick, like I'm extra fluffy. That's what Miss Click called me when she said she didn't want to call me fat, so she called me fluffy one time. So extra fluffy. So that maybe they like them extra fluffy. Do you think the Ares 90 will be in the Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition? Ares 90, is that one of the skells? What are you talking about? I'm Def Day 3 of eating of only eating beef, salt, and water, trying to look like Brock Lesnar soon. Nice, let's go. You do kind of look like him. That's true. You got into like crazy good shape. So yeah. Skell. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Skell. I mean, maybe. I don't know. Was it in the original? If it's in the original, then it's going to be in the new one, right? So yeah. Pokemon region in Africa. I don't think they'll ever make a Pokemon region in Africa. I don't think they'll ever do that. Ever since I got bigger, I'm having lower back problems. It was all lower back, but now I'm on the right side. Went to a trainer at school where they got my job and had one. Trainers look at my back, said it's a bone muscle, make my lower back hurt. Yeah. Lower back can be. Are you tall? You're tall too, right? You're like 6 foot something. That's the scale that the Black Knight pilots and showed in the trailer already. Yeah. You'll probably be able to pilot it. You'll probably be able to get it. They better go to Africa. Yeah, they're not gonna do a Pokemon game in Africa. I mean, they might do one like maybe like where you travel there for something, but like I doubt it. I doubt that they'll ever tackle that region. It's too difficult. it's too difficult to tackle. So yeah. It's too difficult to tackle. I have political streamers contacting me about being on their show. Makes no sense. So yeah, makes no sense. Japanese version of Africa be wild. Yeah, I mean, yo, it could be probably pretty cool. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, like, you know, it is what it is. You know. Destiny and OJ's DMs. It wasn't Destiny. It wasn't Destiny. It was somebody else. I looked at it. I checked because I got a notification. It's like some dude. It's all the telltale signs of certain type of political people, and I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I go on his channel. It's all Elon Musk and Doge and other stuff, and I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I'm out of here. Please, no politics in the chat, guys. Let's not start that today. So anyway, yeah, that was that. Imagine a Pokemon game set in Nigeria, super wild, not happening. Yeah, not happening. It would be dope. Don't get me wrong. It would be super cool. I'd be down, but I just don't see it happening. We needed a black. I know, probably. That's what these political channels, they're crazy. I mean, they make crazy money and they do well, but they're crazy. So yeah. But it's all good. There's a connection there. Look at the Edo people, Nigeria and the Japanese connection. I've seen that. I get that. I just don't think that there's not gonna be anything. But yeah, maybe one of these days. I think after the whole Assassin's Creed, and Trail the Kenzura game, after those controversies, I think developers are gonna steer clear from Africa. After all, I think they're just gonna steer clear from Africa, man. It ain't worth it, you know. It ain't worth it. So yeah, just steer clear from anything for the most part, you know. Just stay away. I mean, somebody will probably come up with something that'll be okay, but you know, every single game that I know that has been African based or something to do with Africa, there's always some type of stupid controversy with it. Now, that might not affect the game in terms of sales, like Resident Evil 5, but there was that controversy, you know, and then like it's just not even worth the headache. It ain't like the African setting for Japanese developers or for white developers, like it's not worth it's not worth it. Now, like if you're like the guy, you know, that one guy who made the Tales of Kenzura, you know, a black dude, and you know, honoring his father and his heritage, then it's worth it because there's some self-worth there, right? It's worth it because that's you, that's who you are. It's worth whatever criticism or backlash that you're going to get for those personal reasons. But if you're a Japanese developer like Game Freak, why the hell you have no attachment to Africa. Like what's the point of potentially causing all sorts of issues because you want to go to Africa for something? There's no point. So I would say that like the African game development scene, they need to step up, and you know, they should step up and be doing different things. Like the indie scene that's there, it's very small, but there is an indie scene there. So let them take care of it, and if it ever flourishes into something bigger, then that's fine. But if I'm a Japanese developer, I'm not wasting it's a waste of time, but I'm not really dealing with it, you know. Ryan Tyler with another $1 dono. Let's go get to 73 on the combo board. Overclocks as well. Let's go. And he says, not a troll this time. Tonight, my almost 4-year-old was jumping up the stairs to go to bed, and I asked him what he was doing, and he said, I'm Shulk. Hey, look, Shulk is good. Shulk is good. There's nothing wrong with Shulk, you know? There's nothing wrong with Shulk at all. The Pokemon be limited, probably be limited to Legos. Yeah, Legos is super. It's super diverse and super like crazy. Like the different types of areas. Like there's super hot desert-ish type of areas, or like forest jungle type areas. There's big metropolis cities and things like that. But yeah. Or sorry, I shouldn't just say sorry. My bad. Nigeria is super diverse. Lagos is obviously, it's the city. It's the big city. But yeah, it's very, very, very different parts. Like different areas of like Lagos, right? Certain like locations and areas. What's up, AO Trill? Do you think that Malo's voice will be an option for Avatar and Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition? I hope so, Nathaniel. You gonna play MGS3 Remake? Actually looks legit. I'll probably play MGS3 Remake, yeah. The entire representation thing needs to end just to make good games. Yeah, I mean, listen. I think that at the end of the day, a lot of game developers, a lot of people want to see what you see. Part of what makes games, or part of what makes art cool, is because you have a lot of different experiences with different types of people. So, I don't think it needs to necessarily be representation. I think it just needs to be like, hey, you want to make something cool. So if you want to make something cool, and yeah, Africa's a cool place. So you don't have to do it because of representation. Just do it because you want to, you know? So some developers, I think it's overblown on both sides. Some developers aren't doing it just because of representation. They actually want to make something cool. They see something different. They say, hey, this would be cool if we had this, but it gets twisted and it gets mutilated into something else. People think everything's a activism or a political movement, and it's not always that. It's just that, yeah, there are different types of people in the world. In games, you see different types of things. So why not make games that have different types of things? You don't want the same scenery every time. Why would you want the same type of people every single time, right? So I think that's really where it comes from. But once again, it gets twisted and mutilated by grifters and by people. And I get sometimes some developers do try to make some type of statements and some type of things. But 99% of the time, it's simply because they want to make something cool. Like 99% of the time it is. I can guarantee you, trust me, 99% of the time they just want to make something different and something cool. That's it, you know? To TPC's credit, they have pretty good terms of representation. I think they're just, like I said, I don't know if they're even trying. They're just trying to make different stuff, you know? They don't want everyone to look the same, you know? They just try to make different types of people, different types of trainers, and different types of things overall, because Pokemon is worldwide. So they're going to make stuff to appeal to a worldwide audience, you know? I think that's really what it comes down to. You know, I don't think they're trying to hit any type of quotas or anything like that. Like, and I think the issue that I have is that when people think that if someone's not a certain color, that it's something else. Like, it's forced, it's this. It's like, do other people not exist, you know? Like,
do you think I should hold off on playing
You know?
XCX hoping for Switch 2 enhancements?
do
Do you
good
think
question.
90 will patch in some early? Also, can you play Wise Valestine Castle PLS?
I would say if you want to hold out till April 2nd, maybe, to see if Nintendo has a backwards compatibility program that does upgrade, and then go from there. So I can say, if you can hold out to April 2nd till Nintendo's Direct, I would say at least wait for that. If there's no clear plan for upgrades or potential things like that, then I'd say just go ahead and play it on Switch 1, you know? But I would say the longest you should hold out is to April 2nd. Thank you, Mac Megan, with the $5 dono. I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. Valstein Castle theme. All right. Ease Valstein Castle theme. Thank you so much, man. So perspective, nothing wrong with Pokemon in Africa setting. It's a huge landmass with plenty of places and center around. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it if it can be done right. Nin128, but how confident are you that it can be done right, you know? And I think that's the thing that I have an issue. It's like, will it be done right? I don't know. I think it might cause more issues than actually be good, you know? But we'll see. Like I said, it's very diverse. It's a cool land, but if they can get it done right, sure. I don't think Africa's completely out of the question, considering they've been able to tackle U.S., Hawaii, French, and U.K. culture. Yeah, that's not African culture, but yeah, I see what you're saying. Sure. So the leakers lied about Pokemon collection. Big sad. What? But wait a minute. What? There were no leakers. There were no leakers, bro. There were no leakers. It was just speculation and rumors. There were no leakers that said Pokemon collection was coming. So hold up. That's smart, bro. Thanks for the suggestion, will do. Hey, no problem. That's what I'm here for. The only game that felt forced was Spider-Man 2. Not, I'm not a hater by any stretch imagination, but the game didn't feel natural because they tried to hit every single box. I didn't play Spider-Man 2, and so I don't know if they're trying to hit every single box. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Spider-Man, like, in general, the franchise is pretty diverse. So, I mean, it's been like that for a long time. But, you know, I don't know. I didn't play it. So I can't say one way or another. I would love one based on Mayan mythology. Ooh, that'd be interesting for sure. I told people won't get anything like a Pokemon collection until next year for the 30th anniversary. That would be the time they would do it if they are. Yeah, I think the 30th anniversary would be good for that, especially if Gen 10 is coming out next year, right? So if they do something, maybe they hit you early with a Pokemon collection and they hit you late with Gen 10. So let's see here. If Xenoblade X gets a Switch 2 upgrade, I think I'll have to wait. I want to play the game at its peak. Yeah, I think that for me, a Switch 2 upgrade would be like, okay, I'll just play it the single player, and then when the Switch 2 comes out, and then I'll just play the multiplayer with the upgrade, right? So I think I'll just probably do that, cause like, you know, I've already played and beat the game. I've already played the game, you know. So, I mean, yeah, sure, it'd be great to play it again and it gets better resolution, frame rate, but for me, it'd probably be like the multiplayer. I'd be like, okay, yeah, get the upgrades for the multiplayer, and I'd really get into the multiplayer. So if there are going to be upgrades, I'd probably save it for the multiplayer and just beat the game normal. I do take a long time to beat Xenoblade games, though. It takes me months to beat Xenoblade games, so I could theoretically still be playing the game, and like when the Switch 2 comes out, you know? Because the game doesn't come out till March, the end of March, so I'll be playing it all April. I'll probably be playing it all May. It might go into June, so we'll see. Let's see here. There's a huge negative perception about Africa, unfortunately. Yeah, that's true. I don't really think it'd be like I said, a problem per se with gamers. I think gamers would be fine if it's well done, but it's just a hard region to tackle. You know, a hard continent to tackle, you know? I hope the police scale will be in the Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition. All right, Nathaniel, I hope you get all the scales that you can handle, my man. I hope you get... Oh man. So yeah, still haven't beaten Future Connected. Future Connected, that's one that you don't have to beat. Just look up what happens in that game. You don't have to beat Future Connected. Future Redeemed is so much better than Future Connected. If you've already played and beat Future Redeemed, do not bother with Future Connected. Just look up what happens in the game, but don't bother. The quality of Future Connected is significantly lower than every other expansion or extra thing in Xenoblade's universe. Like, the quality of that game is not great. It's okay. It's not bad, but it's not like incredible. It's just okay. It's just okay. There's a couple like gimmicks like with the Nopon that are okay and some stuff, but overall the base game obviously is way better. But Future Redeemed and Torna are way better than Future Connected. Like, so if you've already played Future Redeemed and if you've already played Torna, don't even bother with Future Connected. Just look up the story. Just look up the retrospective on what happens. If you look at how Game Freak used Hawaii to create Aloha, they go off certain aspects of Hawaiian culture based off the challenges, designs, and even environment. Yeah, once again, I think that it's easier said than done, especially like with like Africa. Easier said than done, because what culture are you going to use? Hawaii, part of the United States, so they're still a part of, okay, it's still American culture, but then it's like, oh yeah, like Hawaii, like, you know, native people that are from there, right? So that's very publicized. Hawaiian culture is publicized, you know? It's more publicized than like trying to nail down what the culture of a country in Africa is. So which country are we picking? Are we picking Ghana? Are we picking Nigeria? Are we picking South Africa? Are we picking, like, it comes with so many challenges. So comparing trying to do you know, like aloha, a Hawaiian culture, which is very well much publicized, right? At least in the Western world, and trying to compare that to trying to get like a culture for like Nigeria or a country as diverse as Africa, or sorry, a continent as diverse as Africa. Because remember, they don't have states within the continent like the United States, right? It's a bunch of countries that are all connected to each other that have different money, different currencies, different language, different everything. Even within Nigeria itself, multiple of the people that live there speak different languages, but the official language is English. But there are multiple different people that speak different languages, and not the same as like people here in America that speak Spanish, or people that are from Europe and speak, I don't know, like German or something like that. It's like, no, the native people from that land speak different languages. You know, my wife, she can speak 3 to 4 different languages in Nigeria, just based off that from the native people from that land. So doing culture from Africa, like picking which one you're going to do, what country are we going to do? Like that is even a challenge in its own right. Africa doesn't have culture by itself, just African culture. That's not existent. There are different countries in Africa that all have different cultures, all have different backgrounds, all have different histories. So I think it's a little bit tougher, in my opinion, to pick something from Africa and go with it, you know, and to get it right. But yeah, Hawaiian culture and Hawaiian, like, you know, the luau's and things like that, that stuff, I'm not going to say that it's easy, but it's definitely a bit more publicized.
If I had to choose one region in Africa for a Pokemon game, it would probably be Ethiopia. Outside of Egypt, most people in the world knows generally something about Ethiopia. They're also the most respected African country in the Western world anyway.
I can see like Egypt, yeah. I can see that because like pyramids and, you know, things like that, that's been publicized quite a bit. But I still think people in the world don't know about Egyptian culture. People just know about pyramids. But I don't think people actually know about how the Egyptian culture is. You know? So I think there would still be even a lot of challenges in that. Now, Assassin's Creed has tackled it. Assassin's Creed has tackled lots of different places. But they have the team size and they have the you know what I'm saying? The diversity within the team and team size in order to get that done. I'm not sure if Game Freak has that. You know, I'm not sure if Game Freak has that. So yeah, we'll see for sure though. We'll see. Shout outs to the African Triforce. Thank you for the $3 dono. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. It's hard for any non-American continent in gaming that isn't popular in Western media. Too many people default to negative, outdated stereotypes. Exactly, Elvis. Exactly. You know, and that's just kind of how it is, man. You know, that's just how it is, and it's unfortunate. But you know, what can you do? People are very different, so it's hard to nail that culture down. And like Japan is so, what's the word? What's the word when you have a lot of people that are just like you? I forgot. Dang it! I know the freaking type of word that it is, but like 99% of the Japanese population is like Japanese, right? Like you know, there's not a lot of diversity in Japan, so I forgot what it's called. Oh my gosh, I'm stupid. Homogenized. There we go. Yeah, thank you. Gosh, I'm an idiot. Homogenized. The culture is very it's very Japanese, right? So it's harder for them to. I would say it's even harder for a Japanese company to do that. Homogeneous. Yes. So most of the people in Japan are Japanese. They really care about Japan, you know, and that's fine. I actually have no problem with that whatsoever. I have no problem with countries trying to keep their countries. Hey, we want our people to be this. I have no problem with that. That's not a problem. I'm just saying, like, they're very like that. So it's like, it's tougher for them to even do that because they have no experiences. So they'd have to really consult with the outside teams and they would have to really do a lot of research, you know? So yeah, shout outs to Yak Diesel. What's good, Yak Diesel? Thank you for the $1.99. Hey, David Bofal, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. David, how you doing today? And big love to Yak Diesel with the $1.99. Thank you guys so much. We are getting really close to the double 100 combos on both streams. Let's go. Thank you guys so much. We're going. Yes, sir. So yeah. Let's see. They are very influenced by U.S. pop culture. Yeah, U.S. pop culture. Kinda. Not. I mean, yes and no. Yes and no. Definitely influenced, but you know, U.S. pop culture, but not African pop culture. Which, once again, Africa's U.S. is this big continent state that has a similar culture amongst the whole, you know, amongst the whole place. Africa is not the same. There are different countries. Like, it's a big landmass like the U.S., but there's a bunch of different countries. So imagine if here in the U.S., California was its own language, state, money, country, currency. And then right next to us, like, I don't know, Las Vegas was also a separate country, currency, language, state. That's kind of how Africa is. It's just a bunch of I mean, you know, obviously Europe is like that too, right? You got a bunch of countries connected to each other. But a lot of, unfortunately, some people don't, they don't know that. And you'd be surprised how many people don't know that Africa is a continent and not a country. There are a lot of people who think that a lot of the countries in Africa are states, like the U.S., and speak the same or similar language and same money, and that is not the case. So that's the problem that you would have. Most people know that the U.S. is a country and it's made up of states. Most people in the world know that. I would say a lot of people in the world do not know that Africa is a continent and not a country. I wouldn't say most. I would say a good amount of people, because literally I was on a stream the other day and the host was like, tell me a country in Africa. And the lady could not. She could talk about a bunch of other stuff, but she could not name a single country in Africa. Because she thought that Africa was a country. She thought that the whole continent was a country. So yeah, failed social studies. Yeah, failed social studies. There are a lot of places though in the U.S. that do not teach African like stuff. To be honest, I did not learn a lot about Africa. You learn about slavery. You learn about the U.S. You learn about World War here in America. You learn about the World War I and World War II. You learn, some places do Vietnam, some places don't. But you learn a lot about what happened here in America, stuff that America was involved with in the grade school here. You learn about American Revolution. You learn about the Civil War. They spend a lot of time. I spent so much time learning about the American Revolution, Civil War, World War I, and World War II. Those are like the four things that America will make sure that you know about. World War I, World War II, American Revolution, and American Civil War. You'll learn about that a lot. I learned over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, you know? But World War II, they will spend 10 years on World War II. Because America has an agenda that they want to push to the kids. Obviously, you know, the Nazism and, totalitarian dictatorship. They want to, it's because of the Cold War, right? If you grew up during the Cold War, they want to harp on you. Bad Germany, bad Russia, communism, bad, dictated, bad, you know? So they will, oh my God, they will drill World War II into your head. Yeah, World War II, don't let it happen again. You know, don't let it happen again. 75 million people killed, I think, in World War II. Like, literally, like, we lost, like, I think around 5 to 9% of the population on Earth during World War II from 1939 to 1945. So, yeah, they will drill that into your head over and over, which, it's fair. World War II was terrible, and it never should be repeated, right? And thankfully, I mean, we've had bad things happen since then, but nothing on the scale of World War II. But World War II was terrible, you know? So yeah. Let's see, here in Florida, they don't teach geography, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, I learned geography. I learned, like, the states. Like, we used to have to submit, like, a whole blank, like, United States, and you have to fill in every single state. You know, like when I was like first, second, third, fourth grade, they would always do that. Let's see. Even though we don't win World War II without the Soviet Union. Yeah, I mean, that's true. Hitler was an idiot, though. Like, I think even if the Soviet Union wasn't part of it, I think Hitler still would have made a mistake. But no, don't get me wrong. Yeah, they needed to. But like, he's an idiot. Like, Hitler's like an idiot. So like, that's so. If he didn't make one mistake, he would have made another mistake. But yeah, you never know, right? You don't want to take those chances. But the Soviet Union was terrible during World War II. Like, they were terrible. I mean, like, to be honest, everybody was kind of terrible. It's just a matter of, like, how terrible and how horrible were you, right? There's, like, levels to how terrible you are. The Soviet Union was actually legitimately terrible during World War II. But obviously, Germany was terrible as well. The U.S. was, like, dragged into the war. But, like, they did terrible things, too. But it wasn't on this scale, right? But they didn't have people invading their land. So I think the more, well, outside of Pearl Harbor. But, like, the more closer the army gets to your people and what they do, the more terrible you'll be. You know what I'm saying? So what Japan did, you know, and the stuff that happened there and, you know, in parts of Asia, and what, you know, Soviet Union did, what Germany did, and even some of the stuff that the U.S. did, you know, they were all really bad. But clearly there was levels to this thing, you know, Holocaust, things like that, right? Clearly there was levels to these things. So yeah. Imagine if Normandy happened in the States. I know, imagine. America would have went ballistic, you know? They would have went ballistic. So yeah. Tough times all around. Yeah, tough is a understatement for sure. tough is, World War II was terrible. It's the worst. It's one of the worst things that ever happened to, like, it is about the worst in humanity. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's other things that, I mean, like Genghis Khan conquest and things like that, right? There's been other things that have been really bad, but World War II by far is one of the worst tragedies in the world history. That's why I think, you know, they drill it into your head. Sad though, even because we don't teach the nuances of U.S. and world history, even though they should teach the nuances of U.S. and they should, but I think maybe, I'm not gonna say that there's not enough time, but like, I don't know, man, kids' retention rate is pretty bad, especially for a subject like history. A lot of people don't like history. I mean, I love history; it's my favorite subject, but a lot of people don't like history. You know, world geography was elective, so not required. We did have to learn U.S. states, though. Yeah. Well, they drill the U.S. stuff, and then like I said, U.S. stuff. World War I. World War I. They didn't spend too much time on World War I, but World War II spent a lot of time on that. You always refer to Africa as, for example, we don't say I'm going to visit North America, or I'm going to visit Asia. I mean, yeah, I see what you're saying, Vito. Let's see here. World War II has had the highest death toll of any event in the history of the world, if I'm not correct, right? The plague, obviously other tragedies and atrocities that have happened. Genghis Khan conquests, Roman Empire, British Empire, French Empire, Spartan Empire. Like, I don't think there's anything, because there just wasn't as many people, right? But like, I don't think there was anything as in terms of casualties as World War II, if I'm not correct. Maybe if I'm wrong, somebody history buff tell me that I'm wrong. So yeah. What is Art talking about? What are you talking about, bro? Welcome to the stream, though. Acting weird, though. Hitler was a spokesman, nor a G. What does that mean, Alan? Nor a general? Was a spokesman, nor a general. I mean, he was a psycho. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was a psycho that was more about, like I said, insane, more so than, yeah, a general or anything, like I said, he was an idiot. He's not very smart, at all. Clearly not very smart, but he did have a passion for speaking. He could speak. He can rouse people up, but that's about his only thing that he could do, was that. But in terms of intelligence, or in terms of anything else, he was actually pretty trash at everything. A failed painter. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously failed war general. He had a lot of successes, but so many blunders that caused that, you know, and clearly an evil individual, right? So, yeah, he wasn't really good at anything. He's a loser, a complete, absolute loser. That clearly, you know, psycho devil spawn. I don't know what else to say. Just complete psycho devil person. So yeah, it was also a child, and it says look it up. Yes, it was a total loser. I've seen a lot of stuff on him. I did not know that. If that's the case, I feel like we are basically one of the worst outside of the World War. We dropped nukes, and not too many have done that. Yeah, you know, it's always tough to have these. Listen, I don't want to turn this into a nerdy history stream or ethics stream either. So I mean, like, you know, it is what it is. And I don't want to rile people up because we do have people from all over the world, and obviously people from Japan and people from different places. So, and I agree that there's definitely some issues with how it went about. Now, Joystick, I mean, your name is Joystick Politics, so I'm guessing you're well versed on, you know, history and stuff. But it's like you look at the decisions that were made for Hiroshima, Nagasaki, right? And there's no way that I'll ever 100% say that that was right. I'll never 100% say that was right. But then you also look at the circumstances of what was happening and what it would have took, right? Okay, do we drop this and end it, or do we invade? Because they're not quitting. Like, they're losing, and we're losing, like, Japanese forces, like, they're invading, and, like, you know, we're both sides in the Pacific, we're losing thousands of men. So do we invade Japan? And Japan had this policy to where everyone's going to fight to the bitter death. Every man, woman, and child, if they invade our land, everyone's going to take up a gun. And it is going to be maybe potentially genocide. Do we invade? And we're going to lose a lot of people. Do we invade Japan and do this? I mean, yeah, we'll probably win if we do. But it might literally wipe out the whole entire... Because the Japanese government would not give up. They would not give up. So... I don't agree with how, like, I don't agree with, yes, dropping those bombs. That was not right. But it's like, the option was invade their land, and they literally weren't going to quit. They were going to arm every single person and tell them to fight, you know? So, and it was going to be catastrophic on losses, you know? It was going to be catastrophic. So it's like, I'm glad I didn't have to make the decision, because I don't know what I would have done. I personally don't know what I would have done in that situation. I don't know what I would have done, because you got to end the war. You're costing a lot of time, money, effort, people. A lot of people aren't going back to their families. But how do you do it? You know, what is an invasion of Japan would be so bad, right? So it's an impossible situation, and I don't know what the right answer is, Joystick. But I mean, if you have I would love to hear your opinion, honestly. I would love to hear your opinion on it. But yeah, I don't agree with nuclear weapons. Clearly, I don't agree with nuclear weapons. But it's just, what do you do, you know? What do you do? Let's see. Japan possibly surrendered after the first one. They didn't. That's the thing, though, Dre. They didn't. They dropped one. Then they said, you guys are going to surrender? Then they said no. If I'm not correct. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they dropped the first one, and then they did not give up at that. Then they dropped the second one, and then they did. There was a coup attempt at some point, because they found out that they were going to give up, and there was a small coup attempt that needed to be squashed in Japan, and then they gave up after that. But yeah, that kind of shows you that the fact that, you know, they were saying, hey, we need to give up, and then there was literally like a coup, a attempted coup, shows you the passion that some of these people had for their country, which is admirable, you know, but it's crazy, you know. Let's see here. By the way, side note, Monolith Soft just recognized Xenogears on Twitter. That's a sign of things to come. Well, they already recognized Xenogears on Xenogears. Oh, I hope it's the sign of things to come. We need Xenosaga, but yeah, I hope that's the sign of things to come. That's good. Xenogears is good. Interesting. But yeah, I mean, they made Xenogears, so yeah. Let's see. World War II was the only time an atomic bomb was used, so yeah, it was really bad. Yeah, it was really bad. It was a long-running joke in the Academy that just let Hitler, in then World War II would have happened. Just if they would have let him in the Art Academy. Dude, to be honest, that's probably true. That's probably true. If they would have just let him in the Art Academy, things would have been so different. I've never heard that joke before, but yeah, it's like not funny, but it's like when you think about it, it's like, well, wait a minute, hold up. And actually, dude, what if he actually became like a world famous artist and people liked his work? I really don't think World War II would have happened. I don't think it would have happened, man, because he's like the sole reason. He's like the sole reason. So yeah, like Holocaust would have happened. World War II would have happened. I mean, yeah, maybe. Maybe somebody else would have done something, though. You never know. Maybe Soviet Union would have been like, oh, we're going to start the war, you know? Probably not, but you never know, right? Let's see. Oppenheimer movie really moved me on how consequential nuclear warfare could potentially be. Yeah, exactly. It's a tough choice that I cannot really envy anyone making. Yeah, I agree, man. That was horrible. Probably cut the war at least 2 years. Yeah. It was war. You're damned if you do, damned if you don't. Exactly. It's damned if you do, damned if you don't, you know? Damned if you do, damned if you don't. There's nothing really you can do. You know, and I don't know what decision to make. Like I said, I don't know what the decision is to make. I don't know what to do if it was me. I'm just glad I don't live in those times. I'll keep it a buck, man. We gotta be thankful. Maybe people far, far, far in the future will be glad they don't live in our times, but I'll be honest right now. I'm glad I didn't live back then. Even living back in the early 1900s and all that. Man, that time period's trash. 2 world wars and within 20 years of each other. The first World War, 1914 to 1918, then World War II, 1939 to, yeah, so people went through, if you were born in like let's just say you were born in like 1905 or 1910, right? You might have fought in World War I and World War II. Or if you were born in like 1900, you might have fought, or in the late 1800s, you probably fought in both world wars. Like you might have fought in both of them, you know? Like that's terrible for like your whole life. You've had like 2 separate wars that took about 9 years together, right? Almost a decade. That's not fun at all. If you're really like, oh my gosh. So, I don't know. Yeah, the stock market crash. Wall Street crash as well. Psh, terrible time period to live in. Terrible. So yeah. History, as rough as it can be, can learn and listen, learn and understand. It's fascinating. Yeah, I agree. History's the most fascinating. It's the most fascinating, man. It really is. Thank God I wasn't part of your trash generation. Thanks for your service, by the way. Yeah, really. Like, honestly, that's what it is. I'm thankful I wasn't part. Well, it's even worse. Is like American Revolution. Like American Revolution and Civil War time periods, bro. Those time periods suck. Garbage. So yeah, although those are very those are obviously far apart between the Civil War and American Revolution and Civil War, but like yeah, like first coming, like America, like people that like that. No, I'm good on that. I'm good on all that. I'm good. Says 2 world wars and no video games played. Oh man, how you gonna have two world wars? Yeah, video games weren't invented until the 60s. There was some video games that you can play. So yeah, man, you out here 70 years old talking about, I finally got a video game. You probably didn't even care at that point. Yeah, that's not fun. That's not fun at all. That's not good. That's not good. Yeah, couldn't be me. Glad it's not me. Glad it's not me. Well, I wouldn't want to live from an older time period due to disease, no vaccines, polio, lack of tech stuff. Yeah, exactly. But I'm pretty sure, like I said, like people in the distant future from now would be like, oh, I'm glad I didn't want to live in like when we first got like the ghetto NES, you know. So I'm pretty sure they might think the same way now too. So you're always a product of your time. However, there's always, I would say, innovators, and there's always people that know in the future that like there's gonna be all this stuff. There were people that knew, and they were like, man, I was born in the wrong time period. But there was very few people that knew that, right? But there were definitely people. But you know, it is what it is. Hey, look, I forgot what the saying is, but it's better to have, I guess, lived than have not lived at all. They're gonna point to COVID. Yeah, they're gonna point to COVID and stuff like that. Bird flu, COVID, swine flu. They're gonna be like, oh, look at all these things that that we can just take one pill and it's just gone out of nowhere. These people out here getting, you know, all sorts of problems with COVID, a cough. Wow, I would not want to live then. You know, so they're probably gonna think that. We're living in the best times, though things don't always feel right. Yeah. Video games didn't get great until the 80s, 90s. Yeah, I would say that video games probably didn't get like their full like what you could see for the potential for like from a consumer level until like the 80s. 80s, I would say by the 90s what really, when I knew that video games were going to be a lifelong thing, not just a thing when I'm a child or when I'm younger, was when I played Mario Bros 3. Mario Bros 1, I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. It was great, but it was pretty basic, right? Overall. But when I played Mario 3, that's when I knew. Mario 3 and Chrono Trigger. Mario 3 for the NES, I was like, this is going to be a lifelong, incredible passion of mine. Like, I'm going to be playing video games till forever. I knew that when I played Mario Bros 3 because I saw so many power-ups. I saw the graphic improvement from Mario Bros 1 to Mario Bros 3 on the same system. I saw the potential. You can fly. You can freaking turn into you can turn like a big person. You can break bricks. You can do so much stuff in Mario Bros 3. There's all the secrets. And the music was great. Like, it was just a very fantastical game. So I knew that when I played Mario Bros 3, I knew that gaming was going to be incredible and there was going to be so many great things in the future. And then when I played Chrono Trigger, I was like, RPGs, I'm going to be like a lifelong RPG fan. Because like I just knew those were like the two games that I was like, oh, all right. I think Pac-Man 2 for me, I knew that, like, I knew games can be addictive. Like when I played Pac-Man, I'm like, this game is super addictive. You know, so I knew games can be very, very addictive. Because before Pac-Man, games were addictive, but they weren't addictive. Like, you might play for a little bit and be like, all right, cool, you know? Like, all right, yeah, no problem. But Pac-Man was true. I mean, Space Invaders, I will give Space Invaders that game too. So, or like Asteroids, there were some games, but I'm telling you, Pac-Man became that game where it was really like, okay, this is different. It's a character, you know, it's not you just in space shooting something, you know, or some type of gun game or racing game. It's actually like a character doing something and chomping on people and getting power-ups and collecting fruit. It was like it felt futuristic. It felt different. So yeah. Atari 2600 was arguably the first modern day console, even before the NES. I think it was before that. There was that one brother that created those interchangeable cartridges for that system. But yeah, it's one of the first for sure. I would say late 70s, 90s were trending towards the best time. Late 70s to 90s are trending towards the best time. And 9/11 happened and the world steadily got out of control. Some years better than others. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. So, diminishing returns as companies can't afford to make games anymore. I mean, companies can afford to make games. It's just a matter of what you actually, you know, want to, how much graphical prowess you want to put into your system or into your games or whatever you're doing too, you know? So yeah, there's that aspect. Also, Forza Horizon 5 for those who are interested. That's launching on April 29th for the PlayStation 5. So pick that up on April 29th. Yeah, April 29th. Was there anything else? Somebody said something about Monolith Soft acknowledged Xenogears. Was there anything else that was on Twitter that was like said or acknowledged like new gaming news and stuff. So hey, what's up, Vadset? Welcome to the stream, man. How you doing today? It was Xenosaga. Monolith posted not Xenogears. Okay, somebody said Xenogears. That's why I said, oh, I thought they talked about Xenosaga. All right, let me see what Monolith Soft said. Trying to see what they said about Xenogears. Where did they acknowledge Xenogears? In what post? Oh, it was okay. They put up a post about Xenosaga. They said it's the on this day, 2002, Xenosaga Episode 1, The Will to Power, was released. Obviously, I think it's titled differently here in the U.S. Okay. So yeah. So they essentially just acknowledged the what is it, the 23 year anniversary of Xenosaga. So I mean, yeah, they definitely, there's ties in Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Future Redeemed. So yeah, absolutely. Maybe it's a sign of things to come. Maybe we will finally get the Xenosaga HD trilogy, something like that. Maybe. Microsoft wants to buy Xenogears IP from Square Enix. LLJK, yeah, they don't. I forget you said Xenogears comment, but I changed it to Xenosaga. Okay. I meant they said acknowledge Xenosaga. My bad. Yeah. Xenosaga. Don't forget the Spanish flu, 1917, 98, over 100 million. Ooh, wait, 100 million? That'd be, if that was 100 million, that would be worse than World War II, right? For Spanish flu. Spanish flu epidemic. How many people? You said 100 million for the Spanish flu? Okay, so it's a range, right? It's a range of 17 million to 50 million and possibly as high as 100 million. So, I mean, they don't even know exactly where, you know, but yeah, it's that's a pretty crazy range. 17 million to 50 million and as possibly as 100 million. Yeah, I mean, back then they didn't necessarily have the best ways of diagnosing things too. So, yeah, World War II was confirmed how many? I thought it was like 75 million for World War II. World War II death count. Yo, shoutouts to Vadset, yo, with the big $28.
Great evening, OJ. Just got back home. So far, the Pokemon show got a lot of cozy fans and television watchers happy while making got a new version of Pokemon Stadium and Pokemon Legends, so that's a win. Music request any Pokemon track.
Okay.
Great day.
All right. Pokemon, how about Pokemon Black and White Trainer theme? About Pokemon Black and White Trainer theme. Let's go. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Mr. Vadset. So 65 million casualties, more than 65 million for World War II. I thought it was 75 million, so yeah. So And there's also estimates around 70 to 85 million people for World War II. So man, that Spanish flu was nothing. That was crazy. Shout outs to my man Vats. Thank you for the big 80. Or sorry, thank you for the big 28. Yo, let's go. 103. 103 on that one. Add in 8 more. 111. Let's go. Thank you so much. We are over the platinum. Let's go, boys. Shout outs, man. Appreciate that. Bonus. Shout outs to Bats. Thank you so much for the $28. You know the Hokage and Stream Ninja. Also, anybody does more than 28, you can beat out Vincent on the board. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Let's go. 28.56 to be exact. Big love to my man Vincent. Always supporting the stream. You guys give him some love, dude. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you guys' support today. You guys have been nuts. You guys helped keep this stream. Like I said, I wouldn't be able to do what I do without you guys, man. So as long as I'm glad that I'll say this once again, and I'm not just trying to, be all corny or nothing, man, but for real, like, I would not be able to do what I do without you guys, and I'm glad that you guys feel at least the need. Some of you guys do feel the need, whether you're watching, a member, dropping a dono, whatever the case is, that you guys feel the need to actually support and knows that we got value in what we're doing, and that you guys want to see it continue. So I appreciate that, man, and trust me, oh my God, I'm not going to announce anything right now, but I've got some pretty big plans, for the channel and all that, and just enjoy like my life. But I've got some big plans that's gonna affect you guys and these streams. A bit ago I said that I was gonna do streams, longer, and I said I was gonna do some more stuff like gameplay streams. But the problem was that, boom, here comes baby, right? And my wife's working, but we've got some things that we're changing up, in terms of the schedule with my wife and with our baby, and other things that I got out of the way that I finished, kind of doing like with other stuff. So it's definitely going to evolve, man. It's definitely going to evolve. I finally put together my room because my wife thinks that, I've been trying to get my wife to put together my room, but she's been busy. So I'm going to be able to actually do a lot more things on the channel. So if you guys enjoyed it now, if you guys enjoy the content, wait till Switch 2 drops, and the schedule changes. Like, actually, some of those schedule changes are going to be coming up pretty soon here because, situation like with my family. But yeah, I'm very excited, man. Very, very, very excited for the future of the channel and just everything in general, man, because like I said, I got some cool stuff planned for all of us, so it should be fun. Big love. Let's go. Going even further beyond. Yes, sir. Good to have you though. Dang, what's wrong with TV YouTube streamers? What's wrong with TV YouTube streamers? What does that mean, Gambit? Excuse me. Fast food was even worse than, based on the estimates, I guess, right? It's anywhere between, they said 17 million or 50 million, I guess, to 100 million World War II, 85 million maybe max. So, right, it's estimates. We don't know exactly where it's at. But yeah, Spanish food is crazy. That's crazy that many people, that's just wild. Bad, not good. Have you done a tier list on all Xenoblade Trilogy characters? I have not, Rio. Maybe I should do that one of these days, yeah? Further beyond, but yeah, OJ, no worries. Once I pay off this bill, I'll be able to catch up with more stuff and go broke again. Shout outs, Vats, and I appreciate the support, man. Like I said, it helps keep everything going, man. We out here. Combo Breakers, appreciate you. Glad that you enjoy the music, and enjoy what's going on here, man. But yeah, dude, like, I think that one of the cool things about gaming, regardless, like whether you agree with some things or not, the cool thing is that everyone's gonna have their thought, their take, their whatever, and it's just cool to discuss the games just in general, man. It's just really cool to discuss the games. So yeah, man, it's exciting for this whole situation, So yeah, and I did get an update. Maybe you guys didn't see this, but I got a huge. I don't know if you guys an update on this whole Becky thing with these this black women COD thing. I saw it here, and apparently that lady, she put up a big tweet, a big tweet responding. So there was a lot of talk about that recently. So yeah, that's why I had that post up, and I'm like, oh my gosh, there's so much stuff going on right now. Positive, negatives, anywhere in between. I'm excited though. I'm excited. Like I said, I'm excited to get into it. Excited to get into to a lot of it, a lot of the different stuff that's happening. Switch 2 mainly. That's the big like super big thing that I'm like, all right, we gotta nail Switch 2 content. We gotta nail the Switch 2 vibes, man. We gotta nail it. I've had a new game to play in a while, thanks to Amazon delaying my Daybreak 2 pre-order for 3 weeks. Gotta wait till Monday. Hey, look, good things come to those who wait, right? But I know that's like your favorite. Didn't you love like Daybreak 1 was like, that's like one of your favorite, if not like your favorite franchise, right? DJ King? Yeah, okay, how about we do this, guys? I think this would be pretty cool for like the last half of the stream. You guys put down what you're excited to play. I know we talk about what we're playing, but I don't think we've done an update on that in a while. So, maybe we should put down what we're excited. I know for me, Atelier, excited for Atelier, excited for, excited for Xenoblade Chronicles X. I'm excited for Claire Obscure Expedition 33. Excited for all that, man. Those are all looking really good to me. All looking really good. Switch to the biggest 2020 event outside of GTA. Bro, I'll keep it a buck. GTA is definitely a huge event. I don't know what is bigger, though. Like, I don't know if Switch 2 is bigger than GTA. GTA is a huge event, but it's hard to compare because you talk about a system, right? Like, a system that's going to sell ultimately billions of copies, a potential a billion copies of software. So, GTA is a one entity in a game. That's obviously going to be a huge event and do very well, but, clearly a system launch to me is bigger than any game launch because a system launch is ultimately going to generate more money, profit, and revenue if it's successful than a game. But yeah, I see what you're saying though, for sure. If the system does well, that is. Do you collaborate with other Xenoblade YouTubers like Enel? No, I don't collaborate with Enel. Enel, I've never reached out to Enel to talk to him. I did follow him on Twitter, and I've spoke to him, but he's never actually spoke back to me on any time that I've responded to him or that I've said anything to him. So, but I'm pretty sure if I emailed him, he might respond or something. But I don't really have any reason to collaborate with other Xenotubers. Although I would love to collaborate with Enel. I would love to have him on the show at some point for sure. But I've never reached out to him. No. Let's see. You're definitely going to be Monster Hunter Wilds all weekend. Have Saturday and Sunday off work for the first time in years. Let's go, Celtiverse. Would only be bigger news than GTA 6 and Switch 2s on GTA 6 on Switch 2. Yeah, that'd be pretty big. Yeah, Trails is one of my favorite right now. Top 3 JRPG Xenoblade. Trails, Atelier. Okay, yeah. Rex says, excited for Trails through Daybreak. If I can finally come in the mail. Yeah, everyone's copies are delayed, it seems. Like, looks like they had some problems producing the discs or getting them on time. Speaking of Daybreak 2, bro, these Twitter weirdos are complaining about the localization of Daybreak 2 again, similar to Octopath Traveler 2 and Fire Emblem Engage. Yeah, I didn't see that. I don't really care, to be honest. Like, that's cool if they want to complain about it. Expedition 33, Bleach, Xenoblade. I want to start the Atelier series with Yumiya. Yeah, that's a good one to start, DeAndre. Xenoblade Chronicles X, literally going to play that game for months. Yeah, man. Switch 2, greater than GTA 6. I mean, it's Switch 2. I mean, obviously, Switch 2 is Switch 2, right? So, it's... GTA 6 is going to be an event, don't get me wrong. It's going to be a thing, but I don't know if it's going to be bigger than Switch 2. Because Switch 2 is Switch 2. Metal Gear Solid 3 Remake. Yeah, that's not till the fall, right? But okay, yeah. Holding off on buying Atelier Yumiya. If there's more info on back compat. I think what they're probably going to do... I don't know what they're going to do for Atelier Yumiya. Are they going to have like a Switch 2 version ready to go? Like, it seems like they're probably going to do an update. I think that they'd probably do something like you get like a free update, or you have to, maybe they do like an update for Atelier Yumiya for Switch. That's what I'm guessing. I mean, they might make another cartridge for the game too. They might just say screw it. But Atelier's they've never done updates. They don't do updates for their games, for the Atelier games. So I don't know. But I know that they have a higher quality version with the PS4 version, the Xbox One version, the PS5 version, the Xbox Series version. So they could definitely adapt that for the Switch too, So I don't know how they're probably going to do it, but they might just release a Switch 2 version of the game and just say, here's the Switch 2 version of Atelier Yumiya. They might do that, So we're going to have to wait and see, but yeah. because I don't think there's any like they haven't detailed like if you have an Xbox One version of the game, will it update if you put an Xbox Series X, does it update to the Xbox Series X version? I don't know if it does. They have not detailed that yet, so we have to wait and see. So I think once they detail how that works, if there's no upgrade for PlayStation 4 and Xbox Series, I doubt there'll be an upgrade for Switch 2 in terms of like if you have the previous game or if you have like the gen before. So it'll probably just be, here's the Switch 2 version of Atelier Yumiya, you know, if they don't have updates for the Xbox One and PS4 versions of the games that you can like download or whatever. What is the mindset behind removing gold coins? They're going to have a new system for the Switch 2 and they want people to spend their money on Switch 2. It's pretty easy. All you got to do is follow the money. That's always the mindset behind removing anything when it comes to rewards program. They want your focus off of one thing and they want to shift it to something else. That is always the mindset, is we want you thinking and spending your time and your money on this, not that. They do updates. They have the DX version of other games. The DX version. What about recent games? So, for example, like the recent Atelier games. Do they have updates for like Xbox One to Xbox Series, or like PS4 to PS5? Do they have updates for those? You see, that's nothing new. Trails fans have been complaining about localizations for decades, especially since NIS took over. Yeah, I remember, like, what was it? It was not Atelier. It was Ease. Ease had a really bad translation for what's it called? For Ease 8 Lacrimosa of Dana. They had to actually redo the whole thing because it was pretty bad. Xeno X. Yeah, Goober's just playing Xeno X. Xeno X is going to be lit. I cannot wait for that game. Could not wait for it. All right. Let me get this going here. Hold up. Music. Here we go. This is a good track. Atelier Ryza 3 is on PS4 and PS5. So if you have the PS4 version and if you pop it into your PS5, is there an update for the that you can download for the PS5 version? Like, is there like a free update or like a paid update for the PS5 version of the game? If you take the PS4 disc and you pop it into your PS5, what happens? Unfortunately, nowadays, people, especially grifters, don't care about bad localizations. They don't want woke localizations or whatever that means. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's all good. I'm not sure. I don't know. Not really too worried about it. Don't really care, to be honest. But yeah, whatever they say, that's fine. Yeah. I briefly saw the localization concerns, and it's just like, okay, you know, I don't. All right. Okay, you know, yeah, moving on. Xenoblade's coming out next month. So yeah, Xenoblade's coming next month. The Tatsu hate in Xenoblade Chronicles X remains strong because Tatsu is just a simple food joke. I despise Tatsu. Alright, there you go. As far as I tell you, Yumiya buying a PS5 version shows the PS4 as well, at least on the PS Store site. Well, that's a bundled version. So what I'm saying is, like, do they do anything to where if you have the PS4 version of the game, it updates, you can update to the PS5 version without actually buying that game. So that's what I'm saying here, guys. Like, I don't know, like, a lot of you guys probably don't understand. What I'm asking is that, because somebody said, oh, well, I want to see what they do with the Switch 2 version of the game. So, if, with the Atelier games, right? With recent ones like Atelier Rise or whatever, if they just create 2 versions and there's no way to update your previous version of the game, that leads me to believe that they're just going to do a separate version of Atelier Yumiya for Switch 2. That it's not going to be, if you have the Switch 1 cartridge, you can plop that into your Switch 2. Here's a free update for the Switch 2 version of Atelier. That's what I'm trying to say, guys. Not a bundled deal, but like a free update. So think about it like this. Metaphor Refantasio. That game is a PS4 and PS5. There is no free update for that game, from what I understand. If you have the PS4 version is the PS4 version, the PS5 version is the PS5 version. Same thing goes for Persona 5 Royal. The PS4 version is the PS4 version, the PS5 version is the PS5 version. There is no update if you take the PS4 disc of Persona 5 Royal and put it in your PS5. You are not going to get the updates for the PS5 version, the 60 frames and all the other stuff that the PS5 version has. You're going to have to buy the PS5 version of the game. So that's what I'm talking about here, guys. Like, if they're not doing that with the previous Atelier games that are on PS4 and PS5, chances are they're probably not going to do that with Switch 2 when it comes down. They're probably just going to create, here is the Switch 2 version of the game. Maybe there's a bundle deal where you get both. I don't know. But they're probably just going to create the Switch 2 version of the game. And that's that. So yeah. Yo, what's up, Paul Gale? Welcome. Let's see here. If you have the PS4 version, you can upgrade to the PS5 version for free. Okay, so okay, just looked it up. You can upgrade. Okay, so thankfully somebody told me what happened now. Yes, now that I know, he's saying that he just looked it up. Now that I know there is an upgrade, yes, there might be an upgrade for the Switch 2 version of the game. There might be. There we go. I probably should have just looked it up myself instead of relying on you, y'all. Probably should have just looked it up myself instead of sitting there relying on you guys. No offense. Not that you guys aren't incredible. You guys are incredible. But I'm just saying. I probably could have just looked it up myself. So the meme where Omni-Man squeezes Tatsu alive. Okay. Who is Tatsu? Tatsu is the Nopon in Xenoblade Chronicles X. The one that has the swirly eyes. Says, hey, did anyone else put out Xenoblade like Legend ZA battle system is? Yes, some people did point that out. Now, I think it's going to end on, like, it's going to end on how the battle, like, the UI and the, you know, the cooldowns. I think that's where it's going to start and stop, because even the way that the mechanics behind the battle system is very different. So, I don't think it's, like, there's just some superficial, basic, surface level stuff that's the same. But mechanics wise, it's very different. One, because in Xenoblade you cannot dodge like you can dodge in this game. So combat wise, it's going to be very, very, very different. Obviously damage scaling and stuff like that is completely different. The amount of characters that you can use on screen is completely different. You know, so it's not going to be similar to that. But yeah, there are some very basic surface level things, but combat wise, it's a very different game. It's not quite like Xenoblade. That's what I said when Tell You Me was on PS Store. It's listed Tell You Me the Alchemist Memories and Vision Land, PS4, PS5, $69.99. Okay, so you just get both. Okay. Before we know it, Switch 2 Direct will be here. Yes, that's true. We're already moving along. MPG Plays. What's up, man? Welcome to the stream. How you doing today? Yeah, true. I'm unbelievably excited about it. I've been wanting a Pokemon game like this for decades. Yeah, Pokemon Legends Arceus is a little bit more in a step in that direction with some of the stuff that you can do. But now you actually have like dodging and certain things like tied to it. So yeah, it's they're going in, man. They're going in on this one. They could have played it real safe. They could have played it safer and just made it like, hey, let's just evolve the speed style and strong style, right? They could have played that super safe, but they actually decided, no, we're gonna rehaul this battle system. We're gonna make it even more into the level of like action RPG. So yeah, man. Actually, according to the Pokemon, according to the Pokemon, what's it called? The official Pokemon site where they talk about this game, they said this. They said a Pokemon series first. Pokemon and trainers take action in real time during battle. So in previous titles, the Pokemon video game series, Pokemon took action once per turn, and let Pokemon Legends ZA trainers and their Pokemon will move around in real time during battles, and Pokemon will unleash their moves when the trainers command them to. In addition to tight matchups, There will be new gameplay mechanics to consider, such as the precise timing for swapping out your Pokemon or using moves, the different lengths of time moves will take to launch, and how big an area the moves will impact. So yeah, very much, those are definitely very much like Xenoblade, some of those things, right? This is unprecedented style of Pokemon battling is one of the most thrilling parts of this title. And that's what gets me excited, is that, I mean, the fact that it's separate, right? It's a separate thing. You know, they're not just taking the normal multiplayer Pokemon, you know, two release games. You can still have that if you like that, but then now they're doing something completely separate with Pokemon Legends, and maybe this turns into something even bigger. So yeah, I'm excited for it, man. I'm excited. I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to see more when it comes like to the combat and all that. So yeah. Yeah, a lot of people are putting, you know, their own thoughts on, like, you know, comparing it to Xeno at times. It's also very much like it's kind of like Yokai Watch, although Yokai Watch, it's a little bit different with how it operates, but Yokai Watch 4 to be exact. You know? So yeah. We're done with the new mechanics, but I can underwhelmed by the graphics. I think that's how a lot of people feel. New mechanics are cool, underwhelming with the graphics. That's just how it is. I agree though. I don't know, maybe I'm just so used to it at this point. I'm just kind of like, I'm looking forward to just playing the game. I'm not looking to see, I mean, it's Pokemon, so I've never expected much from the graphics in the games, to be honest. But I mean, obviously they should do better, and they can. But yeah, to me, I just want to play the games and enjoy them. But I know some people feel differently because they're like, oh, look at Xenoblade. Oh, look at Zelda, you know. But yeah. But yeah, that's how people were like with Pokemon Legends. They were like, oh, the gameplay looks cool, underwhelming with the graphics. Same thing here. Let's see here. Pokemon ZA1 City better be dense. I'm pretty sure it'll be pretty dense. Pretty sure it'll be. Let's see. I'd rather have simple graphics, better resolution and frames per second. Yeah, I mean, once again, it's like you can have all of them, right? Like people always point to Legend of Zelda. People always point to Xenoblade, you know, in terms of that. But yeah, they're different. They're made differently. But yeah, like I said, I hope the frame rate and the resolution, those just need to be more intact for this game, especially considering where Scarlet and Violet is. But even like Pokemon Legends Arceus, like that game had I think that was like a 720p 30 frames game, right? So if they can do better on Switch 2, where it's like natural upscaling or DLSS or something, that would be really nice too, right? Let's see, the city will have underground section like the Mirror of the Rooftops, probably extremely dense. Yeah, it's probably extremely dense. They probably, I mean, like the way that they show like the overworld or like the city, it looks like there's gonna be a lot of different things to do within that city, and definitely different because you don't really fight within cities in Pokemon unless you're at a gym. So this is the first time that I can recall in a Pokemon game where you're actually fighting throughout a city that wasn't like a trainer battle or like a boss battle or like, you know, like a gym battle. You know, you usually don't fight in a city, you know, but this one you're just fighting in the cities and all that. So yeah, that's going to be interesting for sure. That's going to be interesting in terms of how they do that. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it all works out, you know. It says, Atomic, this is that Pokemon game was great coming from an old bearded white dude. Don't tell her. Yeah, don't tell him. Don't tell him. He might get upset. Those people need to get over Game Freak. Pokemon team been stuck on handhelds for 20 years till 2018. I mean, I don't have a problem with people, you know, voicing their concerns. Like, I do think Game Freak can do better when it comes to the graphics and when it comes to those type of things. I think that they definitely feel like, hey, we're not going to spend 6, 7, 8 years and we're not going to focus all in on graphics. That's not what we're going to do. We're going to focus in on the combat. We're going to focus in on creating and crafting the Pokemon. We're going to focus in on other things. There definitely could be a little bit of a better balance. And I think there are some people that can't get over that. But I think that there are also some people that don't care, that they're just talking because it's Pokemon. And Pokemon, it's like well, I'm going to say it just because. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't really care too much whether the graphics are good or not. Like, I don't think they'd be super fans of the game if it had way better graphics. Like, I think it would just be like, oh, it has better graphics now. Cool. and they probably just won't play the game. You know what I'm saying? Like people do with Xenoblade. I think that there's definitely a number of people that are like that. Oh, wow, Xenoblade looks great. Don't really care, though. I'm not playing it. It's not my favorite type of game. Whatever. Maybe I'll buy it. Maybe not. Who cares, right? So I think that there's a number of people that. But then I do think that there are actual legitimate fans of the game that feel that it should be better in terms of graphically to enhance the immersion or whatever you want to say with it. And I think that those are completely legitimate. But those are the people that I know actually play the games or beat the games that, or enjoyed Pokemon growing up or whatever. But there's a lot of people that don't even like the games that are talking about it, you know, which is, like I said, you're free to do that, but it's just, I don't really take any of that seriously because it's like, okay, you don't care about Pokemon. Like, Power World came out, you didn't care about Power World either. That did all the stuff that you're saying that this game should do, you know, in terms of combat or in terms of graphics or in terms of whatever, right? Like functionality or online or multiplayer. So there are just some people that are just talking because it's Pokemon and it's popular, which is fine. That's also fine too, you know? 10 million plus selling franchise every game. Get it together, boys. Yeah, more than 10 million. Some of them 20 million. Nintendo also revealed 4 playable characters in the Chronicles X Definitive Edition, which is Neil Nail, the other Lysel Mass Pilot 2, other predictions, the Lone Hero, Black Knight. Yeah, I think those are all probably going to be in there. Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit of, I guess people are saying different art style in terms of like how it's like shaded and certain things, which I get that. Still looks like a Pokemon art style to me, but you know, whatever. Yeah, it looks a little bit better than like Scarlet and Violet in terms of like the look of the game. It's a little bit cleaner. If you look at the uncompressed screenshots, if you look at the non-streamed, which always degrades the quality, or like Twitter videos. But if you look at the screenshots that Nintendo released themselves, yeah, it looks like I said, it looks okay. It doesn't look like, oh my god, the greatest thing ever. The graphics aren't great. They're not terrible. They're just kind of like, okay, like okay. Like I'd give it like a 6.5 for right now, 6.5 to 7. So just clearly not as good as like Xenoblade or Zelda that are like probably like 9 or 10, right? Based off of like if you're rating Switch graphics at least. So yeah, that's my thought process. Essence, what would you give the Presents out of 10? I'd probably give the Pokemon Presents out of 10. It's hard to rate because I don't have any expectations for these. But I'd probably give it like a 7 or 8. I thought it was okay. Like a 7. It's like a C. It's good. All right. ZA was good. Pokemon Champions was good. And it didn't take too much time. It only took 20 minutes. So yeah. It can hold 6. Game Freak disappointed as usual. Okay, that's fine. Are you not gonna buy Pokemon Legends ZA? What is your that's the most Spawncast peeps reaction to Xenoblade except you. LOL. It's like, wow, Xenoblade looks great. Don't care about the game though. Yeah, that's pretty much it. You'll probably buy it. Disappointed as usual, but buy. Pokemon fans, man, I love you guys. They disappointed me as usual, but I'm buying. Oh my gosh. Animations. The animations appear to be step up from Arceus. Some of those animations have the PS1 vibes. Yeah, definitely animations look a little bit better. Look a little bit better overall too. Let's see here. Would it be cool if they did Zelda and do top-down game remakes, big open world console style Pokemon games that would give them more time to work on graphics? Do top-down remakes between the big open world games that give them more time to work on top-down games? Yeah, I don't think they're gonna do top-down games. The Pokemon Company doesn't like doing top-down games. They don't like going back to that because they feel that like the younger audience won't be into that at all. Like the old audience will be into that, but the younger audience will not be into that. So I think that's why they're against doing top-down remakes and things like that. Outside of like, I mean, they did like Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, right? But then they had like the full 3D graphics within the battle system. But I mean, they might do stuff like that, right? But I don't think they're gonna do a ton of those. You know, I don't think they're gonna do a lot of that. Warrior posted a Mara miniature statue is on sale. Whatever, you got time to DM your address mailed to you as a gift. You're one of my favorite YouTubers. Oh wow, that's super nice of you. Yeah, sure. Just message me on Twitter, House Gang. I mean, you don't have to, dude. Like, I appreciate that. You definitely don't have to do that. But thank you, man. If you want to, sure. But yeah, can you message me on Twitter or like tag me on like one of my most recent posts and just say, yo, OJ, it's House King, and then yeah, we can go from there. That's very nice of you, but you don't have to. Don't feel the need to do that, House King, if you can, or if it's going to be tough for you, you know? I still feel like we're going to get a surprise Link to the Past remake. Oh, man, that'd be cool. It'd be cool if they did. Okay, I already read that. Shoutouts. Bought Brilliant Diamond to my niece as a gift. She was 7. It was a perfect entry point to her Pokemon. She's really been loving it. Yeah. So if the Pokemon Company caters to older fans, the franchise would be in a better state. Maybe, maybe not. I think that they have to cater to kind of like everybody, right? They have to cater to kids. It's a kids franchise. Like it's not like it's a kids franchise first and foremost, and that's what it's going to be. It's never going to be anything that's not a kids franchise. It's a kids franchise that adults can play. That's what it's going to be. That's their lifeblood, and that's what they're going to do. They're never going to cater to older like a 18 plus mature audience, because that's not where the money is for them. The money is for them. It's going to always be a 10-year-old. That's where they're catering. Like they're looking for 10, 11, 12. And then hopefully those people that played the game when they're 10, 11, 12 still keep playing. But they're always going to cater to a younger audience, because the younger audience is the future. You know, the younger audience is always the future. And it's worked for them for years. So, I mean, yeah, that's great. I mean, it would be great if they wanted to do other things. Oh, yeah, we're going to do this. But they're never going to do that, man. It's like, it'd be like Coco Melon saying we're going to cater to older audiences too. It's like, no, they're going to do what they do good. They're going to cater to little babies and to, you know, little small toddlers, and that's what they're gonna do. They got the money and time and the effort, and maybe Coco Melon would be better if they catered to older audience, but they're not going to, because they're making a gazillion billion dollars on catering to exactly who they cater to, you know, and then having people still watch it because they have kids, you know. So yeah, I think that's really what it comes down to, man. But yeah, I mean, sure, that'd be great, but I mean, it's wishful thinking, man. That ain't gonna happen. I like Diamond and Legends so far. 2 out of some 20 games this gen ain't bad. 20 they've had 20 games. Oh, I'm missing a lot of games. No, I know you're just joking. Well, that didn't go as expected. I was expecting you to roast me for that as much as I get on me for that. What, with the Mara miniature statue? To be honest, bro, I didn't even know. I didn't think about it. I thought you were talking about something else. I didn't think that you were talking about like the Mara from SMT. So I don't necessarily associate that with Mara, like the name Mara. I thought you were talking about some other anime or something like that. So I didn't think it was if you would have said SMT Mara, then I would have been like, yeah, you're a weirdo. Don't email me nothing. So yeah, you weren't planning on doing anything. Coco who? Coco Melon. Coco Melon is the most popular kids TV show on YouTube. It's no, sorry, not kids. I would say infants and toddlers. I don't know how to describe it, but it's the most popular. They have the most subs. They're like the biggest, I would say, babies / small children channel in the world. They make the most money. They have the most revenue. They have, you know, they get the most views. They have tons of channels, different versions of Coco Melon. Coco Melon that only has Cody. Coco Melon for the main team. Coco Melon for the other girl. Coco Melon for this. Coco Melon Storytime. Coco Melon First Words. They have a little like live action. They have a TV series. Coco Melon Lane, which is for like where the kids actually talk and it's not just singing. It's actually like stories. They have just various versions of Coco Melon that are spread across different types, but it's all for very small children, you know, like babies or very, very small children. Could they do some more stuff? Like, I don't know, like the Rugrats all grown up? Sure, they could probably do that, but they're not going to, you know. Let's see here. Hear me out, Coco Melon Pokemon crossover. Yeah, that'd be nice. Even Digimon tried to cater to more mature audience a bit. Look at how some of the female characters are designed in Cyber Sleuth, and it did not work well. I think Digimon's just not as popular as Pokemon. Digimon's popular. Don't get me wrong. It's a popular series, but it's just nowhere near as popular as Pokemon. But it's good though. It's a good series. 30 minutes till Monster Hunter Wilds 8. Let's go. This man's waiting for it. Easy entry-level RPG, actually healthy for the genre that Pokemon keeps offering that for new players. Yeah, it's entry-level, but then it also gets crazy, right? So Pokemon's an entry-level RPG, but then if you really... I think that's what makes Pokemon brilliant. What makes it why it's still popular to this day. Super entry-level RPG, but if you actually want the challenge and want it to be not entry-level, you can. Go online and play. You think you want to be good at Pokemon? See how long you last online. People have crazy strategies, crazy different types of Pokemon, different move sets. There's so many combinations. So that's where the real challenge comes from, is like when you go online and play. So I think that's why Pokemon has endured the test of time. And I think that's why adults still play Pokemon, is because you do have that extra depth. It's very simple. 4 moves, catch Pokemon, easy enough, right? But then once you start getting to advanced level online play and all that, that's when things get really crazy, right? And it gets much harder. So let's see, I watched a video from SaberSpark where there was many AI content farming channels with videos that look like it's for children, but it's not all gore, disgusting stuff. It's Elsa Gate 2.0. Really? Elsa Gate 2.0? I didn't know that. I don't know why you're coming here to ask for a trade. If you're looking for a trade for like a Caesar, right? You want to get, if you want to trade, just go do Wonder Trade on the game. Just put it inside the Wonder Trade and just wait for someone to trade you for something. Somebody will trade you. I don't know why you're coming here to do it. That doesn't make any sense. I have shiny, that's why. You have shiny, that's why? Yeah, this is probably not the best place to do it, though. That's not the best place to do it. ZYXX. Paul, get with the 3.
Tomorrow there are only 33 days until the Nintendo Switch 2 Nintendo Direct.
Yeah.
We've come a long way from the initial 76. Staying hyped. Any Xenoblade Chronicles 3 music would be cool.
Alright, I got you. Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Xenoblade Chronicles 3. How about Combat OST? Let's pick some. I said, oh, Xenoblade Chronicles 3, not 2. No, it's all good, ZYXX, man. It's probably better to just do that like on like a forum for like actual trading and stuff like that, you know? Yeah, there's an app. Yeah, exactly. There's an app online for that, so there's people that are willing to trade. That's probably a better place, you know, to do that than here. It's all good though. Appreciate you swinging by. What'd you think about the Pokemon Presents? Party Man Kart is almost 30 days away from the official Mario Kart 9 reveal trailer. Going to be super soon. Party Man's going to be wearing his Party Man Dun-Dun-Duns. Some Party Man Mario Kart Dun-Dun-Duns for that. That's got to be one where you really get excited, Party Man. You got to get excited for that. You know? Party Man's going to be in a full outfit. Full Mario outfit. Everything. Hat, shirt, overalls, shoes. He's going to be literally dressed just like Mario. He's going to turn the bed into a race car bed, a Mario Kart race car bed. He's going to be, woo! It's going to be lit. It's going to be going.
Even further beyond.
Yeah, Party Man been waiting since he was 2 years old, so it's been a lifelong dream of his. So this is definitely going to be good. Definitely going to be good. Excited for Pokemon Champions. All right, so you're like more of a battling fan. Yeah, Pokemon Champions looks pretty cool. So yeah. Exciting part is thinking about how they plan to contextualize the stat system to fit more real-time battle system. Like speed makes more mons cast faster, or make them move quick. Yeah, I think what they'll do with that's a very good point. That's something that's awesome. I think that what they're gonna do is that obviously the more powerful the move, the more wind up, right? The more time it takes. But I think speed, obviously that can affect just like how fast you move on like, you know, yeah, it could be start up, how fast you move, how fast you recover from like hit animation, thing like that, right? So things like that. But I'm guessing that moves power and all that will be tied to Like that's how long it'll take up. However, there are moves that are strong, but then also supposed to be fast. Like how do you do extreme speed? Like that's like 80-100, right? Unless they change that, that's like 80-100, and that's a fast move. You're supposed to go first. So there's definitely, or like sucker punch, right? How do you do stuff like sucker punch? How do you do stuff like extreme speed? How do you do moves like swift? So if somebody does swift, is it always gonna chip damage you? You know? So there's, I mean, there's 1.5 million things to think about how you adapt a moveset to action RPG. And I think, to be honest, that's probably where they spent the majority of their time, even just trying to figure out how all of these moves that you do are going to transfer. Because it's much easier in a game like Xenoblade. In a game like Xenoblade, stats determine what hits and what doesn't. And really, you just got to focus on the combat flow of that. This, in an actual action RPG where you can dodge out of the way, most action RPGs don't have this many moves as Pokemon, you know? Hold up, 1 second. Excuse me. Most don't have that many moves as Pokemon has, so it's definitely a balance thing, right? And if there's going to be actual normal multiplayer, we don't know. I'll get Theme X for you too, Monado Mario. Shoutouts, thank you for the support. Sorry for sneezing into the mic, guys. I mean, I sneezed over here, but thank you. Sorry for sneezing and didn't mute my mic. Hold up one more time. That time I muted my mic though. I muted my mic that time. We are a little over on time. So we'll finish out this song and any questions you guys have, and then we'll wrap it up for tonight. Pokemon game of chess, type chess, yeah. So yeah. Let's see. But if you guys have questions, feel free to tag me at PlayerEssence, hashtag PlayerEssence by itself. More than happy to cover everything. I got a lot of weird people quote tweeting me too on this Pokemon thing, saying that, oh my god, this is the game that I always wanted with Pokemon Legends ZA. I hope it carries over to Gen 10, and I'm like, no, it's not gonna carry over. I had to type that in. I don't want people thinking that's what this means. This is a separate thing. I should probably make a video on it too. I'll probably make a video tomorrow talking about it. Just like my thoughts on the game itself. I'll just go over it, then give my personal thoughts on everything when it comes to Pokemon Legends ZA. Did you hear about Koreadon Honda bike in Japan recently? I did hear about that, but I mean, who cares? I'm not gonna get one. I'm probably not gonna get one, but yeah, cool for it. But what does it matter? Most of us probably aren't gonna get that, and I don't know. I mean, it's cool, I guess. But why is the Spawncast full of Pokemon frauds? Need Ryan and Jordan to rope them in. Why is it full of Pokemon frauds? I hope Jordan's there for this week, because Jordan's a bit better with Pokemon than I am. You know, so is Ryan. I hope Ryan's there. I hope Ryan and Jordan are there. But if they're not, that's fine. I'll be there. But not everybody. That's what makes a podcast fun. You don't want everybody all agreeing on everything. You want people to have difference of opinion. You know. Just let the main line be traditional. Legends can build off more action. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Although Legends is also mainline, but it's a sub-series of mainline. So Legends can be the action RPG route, the normal ones that we know, the multiple versions, multiplayer. Let's just say multiplayer Pokemon. Multiplayer Pokemon can be, multiplayer dual version mainline can be the way that it is, because you got people that have been carrying over their Pokemon for a long time. They like to have that type of battling. They know their strategies. Like, you don't want to change that up too much. You don't want to. Although the only thing that I do think that they can implement for the mainline games, or for the multiplayer mainline, is a ATB, like a time limit. Like, you've got to pick the move that you want to pick faster. You can't just wait around, or your opponent gets to pick. So just increase the pace of the turn-based battling. So that's the only thing that I think that they probably could add is, hey, there's a timer. You got to pick a move, otherwise the person gets to do the move next. So I think that's probably, but it's still turn-based. Or they can even maybe add a few more elements from Pokemon Legends, with the strong style and speed style. But I doubt they will. That'll mess up moves and things as well. But yeah, I don't think they're really gonna mess with it too much. Yeah, you don't want to yokai watch for yourself. That's the last thing you want to do. You don't want to yokai watch for yourself. That you don't want to do that. So yeah. Japan, what is yokai watch? I know, seriously. Am I good at using overdrive? I don't really remember, but I thought I was okay with it. Love your content, brother. Keep up the amazing work. Thank you so much, Moss Windu. Appreciate you, man. If you guys have not seen my most recent video, check it out. Or if you want to see my reaction more like it, I had my reaction to Xenoblade. Or not Xenoblade, my bad. The Pokemon Presents, you can check that out. Or check out my most recent reaction to the Xenoblade Chronicles X overview trailer. So if you haven't seen that yet, you can watch that. That's up on the channel. I'm going to link it for you guys. If you haven't seen it there. How do you think Brazil feels that Switch 1 Direct? Yeah, he's probably not feeling so good. Unless Nintendo does a surprise Switch 1 Direct tomorrow. Shadow dropped. You know what would be hilarious? If, there's a Switch 1 Direct, next week. That would be so hilarious, dude. That would be so funny. I'd be laughing so hard. But yeah, alright guys, we're going to wrap it up here. Thank you so much for watching today's stream. Appreciate you guys coming out. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you guys for the donos today. Today was crazy with both streams. I was glad I was able to get, what was it, about 5 hours plus of streaming today. It was pretty cool. So yeah, thank you guys so much for your support. Thank you guys for everything. Big love to Vadsent. Ending out the stream is the Hokage and Stream Ninja. But big love to everybody that dropped donos. Paul Gale, Vadsent, Yak Diesel, African Triforce, Mac Mega, Ryan Tyler, Rukia X Play, Cryosim Bomb, Cyber Taurus, multiple donos, Super Christian Me World, CR Worlds, of course, big love. Juice Man Vaughn, the cool guy, DeAndre, Brandon F, Arkham Grim, Monato Mario, Music Guy, DeAndre, Mac again. Thank you guys so much. Also, Caitlin and Justin, Jairi, big love. Chris the Strider Dog, big love. Thank you guys so much for your support. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for your support, guys. Appreciate y'all. And yeah, we will see you guys. We'll probably be streaming. I might stream early tomorrow. I'm not sure. I might stream early or I might stream late for JoJo Friday. So we'll see. It might be a late stream though. It might be a late night stream or it might be an early stream. So if I don't stream early, guys, stay up with me. We're going to rock a late night stream. Stay up, take a nap, and it'll be late. It'll probably be up around maybe 11 o'clock Eastern time or 11 something, almost midnight Eastern time. So we'll do a late stream if I can't do an early stream, but I'll try to get an early stream going, probably around maybe 5 o'clock Eastern. So maybe I'll do that for a couple hours before I got to go. So we'll see. But all right, guys, thank you so much. I appreciate that. And yeah, we'll see you guys for tomorrow's stream. All right, JoJo Fridays tomorrow. See you guys then. And then, of course, Spawncast on the Spawncast pre-show. All right, guys. Peace out.